Here we go.
In 5, 4, 3.
Call to me, lands far away.
Elves have forests to protect.
We need to build a wall.
Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
For I must now wander this wandering day.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel.
No.
Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
Everyone! I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
To him finally being lionized in the prime, in his prime. Fuck.
Do it!
Shit.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Luke went from being, oh no. Welcome, Slayer Nation. I have some great news for you today. I hope you're all doing great. Nope, that didn't work. One more.
You have failed me for the last time.
Welcome, Slayer Nation. I hope.
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
That is eating away at what you love in order for it to shine. And one man's vision is... Sometimes you don't have to make things better for them to be great again. You merely have to Okay. Hollywood continues to slow boil the culture and crazy. Well, right now, Spider-Man actor Andrew Garfield has stepped up and he's fighting motherfucker.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
And unbearded dwarves, but Prime didn't stop there. They stapled in intersectionality, individuality, biddiga-dig-bee, biddiga-dig-boo.
So it begins.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, George the Giant Slayer.
Okay, you know what all that means. Fletcher isn't here today. So, of course, that means I'm running the production from behind. But God bless him. It's summertime and everybody is, going about their business. It's great to see you. Wasn't here last week. We had Mother's Day. And you don't get to see my beautiful face today because I am fixing the camera. I uploaded a new program and it wanted to reboot right before we started. So, you get to enjoy my lovely voice. I hope you're all doing great. I see Aaron is here. Power Ranger Donnie, always great to see you, my friend. Mecca J, Thracian Grapes, Von Max, Star. How are you all doing? I hope you had a great week. Me, I was hitting the Uzo after watching Nolan's trailer for the 10th time. Wow. As a Greek, I just say, Ade pane gamisu, Nolan. Okay, so anybody who's Greek out there. Yep, you know what that means. For everybody else, I think you can guess. But we have here Istophobos, my brother from another mother. Eric K. Also, Lord Thoth, I think it should be here, or he's out. Del Griffin, good to see you. Razorburn, my favorite rivet head. And what do you just say we get going? Because we have two gentlemen waiting in the background. And the third joining us, we have Verbal Riot and Brahma Bull returning. How you doing?
Good.
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 This means now that I have the avatar up, I can just drink my Uzo freely. So, of course, Verbal's like, I don't care. I just keep drinking.
What you have mine in the background.
Yeah, I know. You always do. You always do. Always do. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah? It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's been a couple months, I guess.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, things are going good. My Colorado Avalanche are getting ready to win a Stanley Cup, so that's fantastic.
That's something to be proud
excited about that. Do that Saturday show on hockey, so I'm still interested, which is nice.
What about you, Verbal?
I'm doing good, man. I
hear there's a lot of drama.
Yeah, there's
drama.
You know what though? Nothing directly related to me, so
that's always
I'm
good.
Fine.
That's good. P. Diddy's still in jail, so hey,
still in jail.
We don't have any stories yet from him, but
I don't look.
I know. You admit nothing. You saw nothing. Heard nothing.
But I don't know anything.
Nothing. Nada. Michael seems to have regained the number one spot again.
Is it? I thought
number one.
Where's Prada?
Nope. Just took the number one spot this weekend. Damn, and that thing has legs.
You know what's great?
There's also nothing new coming out.
Is like he was gone for a while, right? Dead. Right. We weren't really talking about him as much.
Kind of happens when you
one fucking movie, man, and it's like he's fucking back. It's like he's back, dude. Number one on Spotify, number one at the movies. He's in the zeitgeist. It's like, see, that's a fucking legend. That's a legend, man.
Yeah, but you know what I've discovered, which is pretty sad over the last few weeks, that the younger generation, I don't know which to call them, Alpha, Z, whatever the hell their name is, they only know Michael Jackson after he died, after all the allegations. They don't know the Thriller, the Bad Boy. They don't know any of that. As I've talked to people, they're like, "You're talking about Michael Jackson, the one who diddled?" I'm like, dude, he never diddled anybody.
See, you know what? I've been kind of getting the other experience, man. Like I've been seeing like young people discovering Michael Jackson for the first time.
That's good.
And reacting to his videos and his music and being fucking blown away like we were back in the day, man. So it's actually been kind of cool for me to watch, the youngins understand, what like, look, unless you lived that time, unless you were around in the 80s when Michael was at his peak, it's hard to explain to people the world that was created around him. You know what I mean? Like the
electricity, the magnetism.
Not just music, but fucking music videos, man. Music videos he changed like the whole direction of that, man. Like they became like mini movies. They weren't even like just fucking regular music videos, man. Like Thriller is like a short film, dude. I mean, he did the whole Moonwalker thing. You know, back in the late 80s.
He changed a lot. He changed a lot. Well, like I said, we talked about that right before I took a break for Mother's Day. He didn't. I mean, he invented a whole new style. Jackson was a generation. I'm glad you're discovering that because I had the opposite experience. I had a lot of people like, "Why I didn't want to go see that because of the fact that what he did to kids." I'm like, he didn't.
Well, you
do
know
it.
what's funny? I've noticed that only when it comes to liberals, right? Like for some reason, the left really hates Michael Jackson, so they want to believe all the false allegations, and you know what? So be it. Let them. I mean, it's they don't have much, right? So let them have that, I guess.
Yeah, now they're trying to steal the foundation of Western culture, the Odyssey, and we have the DA joining us.
So, George,
what up, y'all?
Let me ask you, how pissed are you as a Greek?
How pissed?
Oh, man.
I put out. I had a 45-minute video cut down to 15, and now I'm working. I think I've had more ouzo this week than I've had in about 5 years. I wanted to take out. I was like calling up cousins. I'm like, okay, we got to show this guy. And so that's why I started like Adegamisu, fucking Christopher Nolan. He thinks he's, you know what? I don't know. I think 32 calls is what I've received so far from family, friends. And they're like, Did you see this motherfucker? Did you see that? I'm like, where's the Greek mob? Take a fucking hit out on him, dude. They're like, hey.
You know what's funny for me about this, man, is and I'm sorry, Derek, he was welcoming you in. I didn't want to take the spot.
Oh, no, man. That's fine.
But I feel like this is so, in a weird way, out of character for Chris Nolan to do. Yeah. Right? Like Chris Nolan has not been about this whole like woke mob thing at all. Like he's
what I thought.
Well, I mean, but he's been his own guy for a while, and I'm wondering
why is he
digging now?
I've been digging, and I've had help from people sending me emails, video clips. Do you know this guy has been at almost every pink pussy hat march?
What?
Let me show you, gentlemen.
Oh, that tells me everything I need to know.
Wow. Let me show you, gentlemen.
And this, boys and girls, is what we call the tea.
Yeah.
We're getting the tea right now.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what, George? It don't surprise me because he praised that one feminist translation of the Odyssey by what's her face, Emily Wilson. He praised it. Yeah. All right. That was his go-to, I think, when he came to him adapting this particular work. He went to the feminist translation. So it all makes sense when you sit back and think about it.
Oh, let me tell you, I read her book in 2018, right? And I've been skimming through it again. And as I put in my video, okay, so here you are, Odysseus, chapter 5. You're going to your man. You're finally getting away from Calypso. It's like, as he walks towards his men for a pep talk. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Menelaus is like, hey, anybody can pass the canapes? I'm like, yeah, you want to fucking some tapas too while you're at it? I mean, when you dig into it, we're going to get into her. I usually don't curse this much. Everybody knows who's been a Slayer Nation for a long time. But this Nolan's Odyssey, first of all, Matt Damon does not fit the role. I like Matt Damon, but Matt Damon is the square-jawed Massachusetts everyman. He is not Odysseus. You needed like a Michael Fassbender. You needed somebody. And then you have Pattinson and Tom Holland's fucking it's like Jason Bourne, Batman, Spider-Man, The Punisher, and Catwoman all get together to make a show. And then Charlize Theron? No. So here's just one of the pictures. Huh? I'm saving some for the video. See, Pink Pussy Hat March.
There it is.
It's from his Facebook group that he had years ago before he turned that little puppy off. Plus, so he does the whole march thing. He was there with, remember when Madonna had come out when Trump was first sworn into office in his first term, and she's like, I have a dream about. Y'all remember that one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Right there. Yeah. This is a guy who has been. Now, here's the thing. cinematically, before the Odyssey, he didn't bend the knee. Privately, that whatever he does is his business. You want to be a nutcase? Go for it. But it didn't pollute his work. I was a huge Nolan fan, except for Tenet. Tenet, I don't talk about. But
Tenet is easily his worst movie.
It is. But now I'm going back through everything, and I'm looking at it with another critical eye. Like Prestige is one of my top favorite films, but seeing what he's doing, no. It's hell. We might as well just get into this. I was going to show y'all something funny first, but the Odyssey. Okay. So, and now you have everyone playing defense for him. Variety came out. Right? And then Variety came out again with another article. Let's pull this puppy up. Variety. Come on. This is what happens when Fletcher's not here. It's like I got to figure out how to do all this shit.
Having a producer's nice.
Yes, it is, because I am a technical moron. I admit it.
Okay, but here's the thing, man. Like before you show that, I look, even if Chris Nolan did go to a bunch of women's marches and all this other shit, right? He's been able to keep that stuff out of his movies for the
right.
most.
That's why I said whatever he did in his private life up until the Odyssey, he kept him. He's
kept it away in the same way, in a weird way. I'm saying this in the same way that Rob Reiner did. Rob Reiner was a crazy leftist, man, but his movies were still pretty middle of the road for anybody to jump onto and watch. You know what I mean?
I agree. On not
kept the art separate from the politics.
It's like some of them. It's like De Niro. I am finding that Nolan is more of a De Niro. He just kept it private up until now, with everything I'm discovering. De Niro's out in front. The problem is when you take a foundational work of Western literature, of culture, our myth, right? This isn't another Marvel movie or a superhero movie, right? You're taking something that has shaped society, children, culture. It has helped us to learn. Come on. When you break it down, it's a story of manhood and homecoming. A father wanting to get back to his wife, to get back to his son. A king wanting to get back to his people. Why? He wants to make sure that his son is able to become a man. His wife is protected. You're talking about traditions that used to bind our country together. Then you get Dr. Emily Wilson comes along, and she's saying, well, do you know that the translators who previously, like Fagles, who previously translated Homer's Odyssey, well, they were misogynistic in their translations. But no, she's not. Of course she is. She looks at the Cyclops, and she did not like the fact that prior translations called him a monster and a savage. She thinks that's demeaning.
Oh, dear God.
The giant Cyclops, right?
Wait.
The Cyclops that's trying to eat people, right?
Right.
Is that why the Cyclops in the movie looks retarded? No, dude, have you seen the Cyclops in the movie?
Yeah, it looks like he's a retard. Yeah,
you're supposed to sympathize with him, dude. And look, I'm not trying to be an asshole, man, but he just does. So, was this done for the purpose of making him sympathetic?
Yes,
yes,
I think
probably.
so.
It's because she believes that Homer, and she stated it in her lecture, she believes that Homer was used by the Greeks to otherize non-Greeks to help colonize them.
Oh, fuck, dude. No, man.
Here's what she said specifically. Yeah, this beauty. We can see in the Odyssey a complex response by the Greeks to their own growing dominance as traders, travelers, colonizers, pirates, leaders, and warriors. The Polyphemus episode, for example, can be read as an attempt to justify Greek exploitation of non-Greek peoples.
Golly, man.
I'm so sick of the modern lens.
I know.
We don't have to view everything through our modern views. And I don't even like our modern views. I like when men were actually treated as men and expected to be men. I liked when people did have nationalism.
Yep.
Because at least there was something to be patriotic about.
It is, because it makes you aspire to. See, this is not just subversion. It's not deconstruction. This is assassination. That there's no other way. Because everybody's saying, "Oh, she's deconstructing the hero's myth."
No,
She's
fuck
Nolan.
that.
No, it isn't. Yeah, go ahead.
Look, I am let's take away from the fact that I'm a huge Greek mythology fucking nerd. I love I love mythology in general. I've studied a lot of different ones, but I always come back to the Greeks because the Greeks have the most fucked up gods, and I love that.
The Greek gods are like jealous alcoholics.
And I love that because the Greek gods are messy as fuck, and it lends to great storytelling. And I knew, man, like for me, like. And when I say that, guys, I'm not saying that, people love to say, "Oh, I've always been a fan of," right? We heard that when it comes to comic book stories. No, I have literally been a major mythology fucking geek. And when I hear a movie like the Odyssey's being made, right, I automatically get excited because I'm thinking, "Oh, great, we're going to get with all the special effects and all the technology we have now, we're going to have a movie about the gods. It's going to be fucking great." And then when I heard Chris Nolan's name was attached to it, which is ironic because I love Nolan, he's one of my favorite directors, I knew he was the wrong guy for this. I said, as soon as I heard his name, my first thought was, oh no, because he doesn't like science fiction. He doesn't like fantasy. So he's going to try to ground this as much in reality as he can, which means it's going to take away from the whole fucking flavor of the movie. Now, that was just that part of it, right? Then when I heard the casting, I'm like, oh, this is fucked.
I was out at the casting.
He was already the wrong guy just because of his stance on sci-fi and fantasy. But when I heard the casting, I'm like, yeah, we're done. I'm done here. I'm not going to go watch this in the theater. I'll watch it on streaming. I'll give it a shot there. But I'm not going to go to a theater, drop $20 to know I'm going to be disappointed by this fucking thing.
You know what's crazy, Dante? I'm the opposite of you because I the same thing. I'm not a big Greek, Greek file. Like I love, mythology and all of that. I'm not big on it. I watched Clash of the Titans when I was a kid. I came up with that and I was good with that. And I was like, okay, I know a little bit to be dangerous, but I'm not a big aficionado. So when I heard that the Odyssey was dropping, I was like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to really dig in deep and learn and really, and probably everybody else felt the exact same way. Okay, we're going to get like some sort of an authentic retelling of the Odyssey. So I was excited to see that. When I heard Chris Nolan was attached, I actually was absolutely more excited because I was like, okay, I trust Chris Nolan. Regardless of, and I agree with you, he wasn't a big fantasy guy, but regardless of that, I felt like Chris Nolan was like, all right, he is the Spielberg of this time, and he's going to figure out how to, bring this thing across and make it good. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, just like you, as soon as I heard the cast, I was like, wait, what? It was like, wait a minute, man. What is Lupita Nyong'o doing in this? Like when I started hearing, Elliot Page or Ellen Page or whatever, it's like, okay.
Travis Scott.
Okay.
Like everybody that was in this thing, I was getting more and more nervous. And now when we just start speaking out and he did that Time magazine interview, I was like, oh shit, man, this thing is cooked.
The casting is just Instagram.
Right, of Helen of Troy. Like, look, I don't like race swaps, man. I just don't. It's lazy. Nah. It's fucking. It's inauthentic. It's uninspired. I hate race swapping. But here's the thing: if you're going to race swap Helen of Troy, there are so many like traditionally gorgeous black women that they could have chosen if they were going to go with a black woman. So many, and I'm not saying Lupita Nyong'o isn't an attractive woman, but she's attractive in a very unique way, right? I'm talking like somebody who's undeniably fucking beautiful. They could have gone with that, and he chose not to.
That was a choice. Yeah, he chose the darkest. He chose the blackest actress he could find.
Dude, like if this movie were made like 30 years ago and they cast like Vanessa Williams as
Halle Berry, man, Halle Berry, Vanessa Williams, I think a lot of people would have been good with that. 30 years ago you could have cast one of those two actresses. Like Vanessa Williams was an absolute smoke show.
Did you pick Vanessa Williams for a specific reason?
Well, just
because she was in
like,
the Odyssey miniseries.
Yes, she
30
was.
years ago
I
in
I
1997.
forgot about that. So
With
she
Armando
played Calypso,
right?
Yeah, with Armando Sante, she did great.
Right.
and Eric
You know what?
Roberts.
Maybe that's why I went to her. But like, yeah, like that's like I can understand something like that. And even today, right now, there are gorgeous, beautiful black women he could have chose if you're going to race swap to do that. And he and just like with the video game industry and everything else, they never go with like gorgeous black women. They go with like these weird looking chicks who in a certain light look great, right? And I fucking hate that so much, man.
Right, but you have
figured
to
he already got
why.
Zendaya. He already had
Right.
Zendaya as Athena.
Yeah.
But you have
Like,
to again
all right, well, we
think
gotta go
why.
in the opposite direction.
You have to again think about why is he doing this? Because I'm going to say this. I think unless we do our jobs beautifully and it keeps growing, the first weekend, because IMAX is already so that, is going to blow the box office out. This is all going to come down to how far it crashes.
But George, what's important is that first week, right? Because look, I'll say this: the first
he needs
week
800 million to break even.
First week is going to do well. I have no doubts. It's Chris Nolan.
Right.
Look, as much as I'm against this, Chris Nolan pulls in the crowd, right? So he'll get that first week. What I'm curious about is after that, after that
drop off,
and word of mouth. Is it going to do well after that?
Yes, but here's the thing, though. This is the one time that I'm going to hedge a little bit, right? Because if the news had not amplified it, this would have stayed in the internet sphere. This has now been on local television, where they're like, firemen saved the bloody cat out of the tree, and your local school district is screwing over your kids. Then all of a sudden it's like, did you know that Christopher Nolan made the Odyssey? And the Odyssey, I'm like, it's on the local news. People are finding out about this. So it has a possibility. They were dumb in the way they defended it. What they should have done if they were smart as a studio is either come out with a full cast list, shut the hell up. But this, I think it's going to keep building. Remember Snow White? Everybody said, no, it's Snow White. It's Disney. I was like, there's no way.
We all kind of knew that was not going to work.
Right, but it's too big. But Nolan, why do you think all of a sudden he's doing 60 Minutes? The man hates doing interviews. He did Colbert. Now he's doing 60 Minutes.
Because he knows he's in trouble, man. And when I say in trouble, I think he's been on a good track record. Even Tenet, which I hated.
I hate
Tenet, right? It came out during the pandemic.
Mm.
So there's an asterisk next to Tenet because we don't know how well it would have done if there were no pandemic. Because remember, it came out for streaming and movie release at the same and theater release at the same time. So it's an asterisk next to that whether it was a failure or not. This one, you can't hide. There's nowhere to hide. Right? The numbers are going to be the numbers for this movie because it's going straight to theatrical. So this could technically be his first official bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, I think coming on the heels of Oppenheimer, he was probably feeling himself and feeling like he could do no wrong. He literally made a 3-hour epic about the guy that created the atomic bomb. Half of it was in black and white, and it didn't have a single explosion in it. I think he was just like, I can do whatever I want to do, man. I'm Chris Nolan, man. This movie almost made $1 billion. Look at what I'm about to do with the Odyssey. And I think that's his mind's frame. I think he thought I can do whatever I want. I don't need to, look at, what the critics might say or what the internet might say about it. I could just come out and make whatever movie I want to make at this point in time, and it's gonna hit. All right, because I'm Chris Nolan. I got that pedigree. I just got my Oscar. I think that's why he did what he's doing. He feels very confident in himself at this point in time. And now he's seeing the backlash. So he's trying to explain it away, after Elon Musk. See, Elon is actually, helping this because Elon talking about this on X is creating headlines because Variety had to come out and try to attack Elon and attack all of us. And that was the most ridiculous beginning of a headline or of a story I've ever read, that you were going to actually compare. Yeah, the Variety one where he compares. From the team that brought you the hate on, what was it, Disney, Star Wars, Snow White, and Rings of Power. And I'm like, you mean the people that were right the entire time? You mean us? The people that have been right about all of this crap in Hollywood? Yeah, from our team, we're telling you that this is trash, 100%. And we've been proven right each and every damn time. And then Variety's going to call it out. I'm like, thank you for calling it out, Variety, because damn it, we were right.
Yeah.
We were right. I think what the problem with Nolan is look, I loved Nolan for years. I said it in my video. I was in awe of him. Now it's just Robert Eggers, Orson Welles on my list. But if you were, I think Nolan, people haven't addressed this. They're saying, I even thought, one of the three possibilities was Universal, let him do whatever he wanted with Oppenheimer. Yeah. And they're like, the Odyssey is the price, or this is about the Oscar, or he fell in love with Emily Wilson's translation. But there's a fourth. Remember, fame is a dangerous thing to some people's minds. This is the guy who went from Memento to now maybe he walks into a Starbucks and he hears fucking Hans Zimmer music playing in his head. Like, I'm Nolan.
Right.
Because in the Time article, when you read through it, he's stating that he was after realism. He starts trying to explain away the black armor. Like, well, if we took a little extra sulfur, we learned about the Mycenaeans. Oh, and we didn't have an orchestra because they didn't have orchestras back then, which, by the way, in my next video, I prove you that you're wrong because I studied fucking ancient Greek. There were actually orchestras, not like today. But on one hand, he's trying to show, look, I'm all about realism, scale, detail. And I'm like, well, they also didn't have 70 millimeter IMAX cameras. Or
realism when it comes to a movie about the gods.
Correct.
Right? That's not what we want. And cyclopses and monsters. We don't want realism.
Correct.
Well, and that's where his narcissism is getting in his way, because the Odyssey is not something you reinterpret. The Odyssey is something you adapt. And Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? The miniseries in '97, fantastic versions of the Odyssey, and he's trying to reinterpret it because he read this feminist that reinterpreted it, and it, like I said, it's the modern day lens, and we've got to look at everything in history through the modern day lens, and it doesn't work because that's not how history works. Things happened. This is a story that is probably based in truth to a degree that became legend and then became myth.
Not according to Wilson.
Which was the way back then, right? Things happen, and then through stories, these characters became bigger than life, right?
Exactly.
And you're right. Like, we don't. This whole deconstruction thing, like, it's cool when it's done right, and it was cool when it was rare.
Batman,
right?
Rare, yeah.
Like when it was scarce, it was fine because it's like, oh, every now and then we'll get like this reimagining. That was fine back then. The problem is they're doing it too much now, to the point where they're just shitting on every story being told. That was
because it's reimagining at one point used to mean artistic inspiration or vision creation. Now it means, lower your standards. This is going to suck. Come on, to cast. I understand he likes to bring back cast members. Michael Caine was in half his films. He does that. Cool. There's a difference. So Ellen Page cannot play any role in this.
No, at all.
Two reasons. No. Yeah. What? I don't believe it's, I thought it was Achilles, but then I went back and looked. It could be two other characters, possibly. And the fact is, she still doesn't meet the standard for the character. But it's the same way for Zendaya. He's has anybody here been to Greece? Like I would every few years.
No.
Okay. I'm going to show you this in a second. Look at this. He went and shot on location in Greece, right? No problem. He went to Greece. Beautiful place. And then he ran everything through like a Netflix filter. It's the oddest thing I've ever seen. I understand he has his takes, but I'm pulling it up here. Hold on. Where'd you go?
There's a bigger problem with Elliot Page that I'll get into in a minute.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so let me show you here.
I mean, there's a bigger problem with a lot of what's going on.
Okay, so you see this? Greece, color, beauty. Greece, this is Ithaca.
Wow.
Yep.
This, again, you see it? Let me show you Nolan's. You see Ithaca, Nolan.
Oh, God, I hate that, dude.
Everything's got to be
I really
grayscaled.
can't stand that either, man.
Why?
I don't,
because that's what movies are now. I think that's part of the reason why we're all so excited about Street Fighter, everything looks flashy and colorful. And
I agree.
We're so tired of the drab.
Yeah, it was done. It was done to death with the old DCEU. And in fact, I think that's where it became a meme. With like Dawn of the Justice.
Or Dawn of Justice.
Dawn of what?
Dawn of Justice. Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman. Is that what the one you're talking about?
Just all of those movies. All of those Snyder movies were grayed out basically. And we are tired of it. Like and it's kind of weird again when you're talking about a fantasy movie to make it as dull looking as possible. Like I don't understand that.
It's myth. Right. It should be larger than life. There is no. I don't know why he would go to. It's like if he would make a movie about the Easter Bunny. I don't feel Nolan would. He would try to figure out a way. How did the Easter Bunny hide all the eggs around the world? Let's dig into it. Like, you have to accept certain things. Homer is telling a story that is teaching people about themselves, about how to overcome. Look, we every day, everybody listening, everybody in the world goes through their own Odyssey. You got to get up, you got to go to work. You want to, you're not facing a Cyclops, but you're facing giant corporations who want to shut you up. Studios that want to reshape the culture. And Nolan, instead of bringing that story, because he has the budget, he has the tools to do it, he's retelling it. So you have to ask yourself, why is he trying to reshape culture? Because
based on what you said with him being at all the Pussy Hat rallies, that makes him a leftist. And leftists, we have the communist left, and then we have the red and green coalition. And everything is to attack Christendom as we know it. Western values have to go away. So if you've got the influence, that's what you're going to do.
Look, I love Nolan's work, and I say this only because I feel like this needs to happen for things to change.
Hollywood.
I am actively hoping this movie fails. Like I need the message to be sent. Like, and it's not like we haven't sent this message already to Hollywood. They know better, but they want to stand 10 toes down on their bullshit. So they need to keep losing money. They need to keep.
Why would you think Nolan would do this? Why would you think Nolan
Because if Nolan can get away with it, George, if Nolan can do it, then anybody can do it. It reinvigorates everybody else.
Yeah,
because
so he needs to fail.
So you know what?
Yeah, that's exactly why he needs to fail, because Nolan is, again, who's the biggest director right now in Hollywood? Nolan. And so if anybody can get away with this bullshit, it's Nolan. And so the reason why he's doing it is because nobody else can do it at this point. We had already started moving away a lot from the woke. Like, people have started to reject it. We saw it with Snow White. All right. We've seen it with a lot of other movies. People are starting to reject this stuff. And so who else are you going to go to, at this point in time? Right. You got to go to the top dog. Hey, Nolan, prove that this can still work, that, we can go ahead and race swap. We can throw all kinds of agenda into classic stories and it'll be fine as long as your name is attached to it. And we got all these other actors there. And then it looks like a success. It says, all the chuds were wrong.
So you know what?
That's the headline that's going to drop. Remember, keep in mind that headline is coming on Variety, Hollywood Reporter, and Deadline. They're going to say all the chuds were wrong when this movie does well opening weekend. But like Dante said, it's about weekend 2, weekend 3, and it's about the word of mouth and how much money does it ultimately make? That's the question. But yeah, it has to fail. It 100% has to fail.
That's what we have time to affect. I've taken this not only personally as a Greek, but it's like my mission, because if Nolan succeeds, I was talking to my best friend 48 hours ago, and I had shared with him the reasons I thought, and we were talking about it, and he came up with almost the identical thing that you just said. He's like, it is to show everybody, because I nailed it, is to show everybody, look, the woke works. Nolan proved it. Everybody go back to work. Stop being afraid. And the first weekend, I think it will. Now, so you understand, this is the professor whose translation he fell in love with.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. God damn.
Of course.
Right. She won. She's the first. Man. She's the first woman to translate the Odyssey into English. So, and she did it.
The doom of the world. Liberal white women.
Yep.
Man, they are the doom of the world.
They have been the downfall of every fucking project in Hollywood, man. Like, and not just Hollywood, but just business in general. The fact that companies still listen to these women are crazy to me.
Yeah, but they have backup. This is what I'm saying.
Sonny's going to tell us that it's not a race swap.
Sonny, moron.
This idea was also explored in a book called Black Athena. I think people should read it, which argues that classical Greek culture is heavily indebted to Afro-Asiatic and Near Eastern roots. I actually taught Greek mythology to 8th graders.
Bullshit.
And so I covered this.
And all of them, you can't see my face. It's sarcastic. And everybody who learned from her is now fucking homeless or worked on the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you were a kid that was in her class and you're like, oh shit, that was my damn 8th grade mythology teacher. Oh God, I feel like a fucking idiot now. Damn. I want to go back and learn.
She is. And the book is from 1987, and the professor who did it goes, where is it? I have the video. He goes through great lengths to explain how Greece, he's saying, stole Africa's mythology. I mean, he does this.
It's Black Cleopatra all over again. All right. It's the same nonsense with Black Cleopatra, man.
It's
Don't
my
let nobody
grandmother.
tell you, no matter what nobody tell you, Cleopatra was black. It's like, what? Where did y'all get that from? This is the same exact thing, man. Now Helen of Troy is going to be black in every future adaptation going forward. Somebody, you got to have a black Helen of Troy. That's what they ultimately do, man. Once they race swap it once and they get away with it, now every single look, you haven't seen a what's her name? April O'Neil, all right, from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right,
she is black forever now, all right, just because she was race swapped one time. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so here's Lupita Nyong'o. Someone used a filter and blew up and cleaned up the picture. So that's Helen of Troy, and she's going to be playing her sister Clytemnestra. I'm sorry. I can think of 1,000 actresses. The other point is why didn't they actually use any Greeks? I've been going through this, and because I watch also a lot of Greek cinema, obviously. And there are some amazing. Istophobos sent this to me, and Eric K sent this to me the other day. Look at just some of the women who are also actresses that are on the news in Greece. They do the news, they do the weather. They would fit Helen of Troy. These are Greek women.
Hello.
Yeah, teaser. Yep. That a Helen of Troy.
She is gorgeous.
Oh,
yep.
And these are some of the ugly ones.
Some of the ugly ones.
Some of the no, I'm saying they're beautiful.
That's why they can't be in Hollywood, because they beautiful, man. Hollywood got to find the most messed up, weird looking people, and they try to make you believe this person is gorgeous. I don't get
Anya
it.
Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
What I find hypocritical is people like Leguizamo, who has gone on record multiple times saying, only Hispanic and Latino men can play those parts, Hispanic and Latino parts. And here he is playing a Greek.
Yeah. That's fine.
I mean, that's Hollywood.
He was mad that Luigi in Mario, because remember, he played in the original Super Mario Brothers. He was Luigi in the Super Mario Brothers. He was mad that they didn't make Luigi a Hispanic person. Like they didn't use an Hispanic voice actor for Luigi in the Mario Galaxy or the Super Mario. And I'm like, he's an Italian plumber. Why would they ever think of using you or any Latino? I don't understand that, man. It's ridiculous.
But it's the double standards and hypocrisy.
It's pretty much insane. I'm going to go through the super chats because Fletcher's usually here to remind me. So we'll get through these real quick. Detailed Devil, Article 2, Section 4 for $2. Homer's Calypso, nymph with lovely braids. Vanessa, okay, yep. Because there is her description in there can allow for Vanessa Williams, and she pulled it off great. If you haven't checked it out, by the way, go watch Armando Sante's Odysseus. Kirk Douglas also has one. And if you haven't,
fantastic.
It is. But there's also another one. It's called The Return. I think it's phenomenal with Ralph Fiennes. It doesn't go through the war. It's just Odysseus when he lands on Ithaca. It's about how life is when he gets back, like how much the war impacts him. But he pulled it off. Thank you for that, Detailed Devil. We have next Falanga 1821 for €2. Kalispera. Hey, Kalispera. Another Greek. Yasu Levendi. I paid for this because I'm Greek. Hell yeah. I love to see it. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you. Jay Fraser for £10. George, the short film All in Good Time, written by Mahler, produced by Critical Drinker, and starring Jason Fleming and Nicholas Rowe, is available for Slayer Nation to watch over our mulch. Hell, I didn't know that. Thank you for that, Jay Fraser. I will check that out, and then we're going to go share it. Hey, if you have a link, no, it's on Mahler's. Cool. I appreciate that. Did y'all hear that? It's available. I love Jason Fleming. Jason Fleming is a very good actor. Did a lot of roles until, everybody in the UK iced him out. But so I'm really glad he's working. Awesome. Steel Leg of History member for 28 months. It's been that long, brother. Thanks for being a great friend. Be blessed. Be blessed. You too, my friend. Mark of Reality for $20. Elliot Ellen Page should not be cast as Achilles, even with a superpower force field from the River Styx. She's not a warrior type, so now the whole planet has to tiptoe around Page's psychosis. BS. See, that's the other thing. If she's actually playing Achilles, this is 100% a bomb. Does anybody disagree?
Don't disagree, but don't necessarily agree that that is who she's playing.
No, I don't think. I have a friend who works in Hollywood in ADR.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so secretive that he can only tell me the two rumors, which is everything that everybody else knows. It's either Elpenor or it's Achilles.
Right.
The problem is, let's speculate for a second, which I despise speculating. But DA, if she plays Achilles, would you say that's a definite bomb then? Because the memes will never stop.
Yes.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Hollywood
they're already going now.
I know, but
it went from Brad Pitt to Ellen Page. God damn. You can't go from Brad Pitt to Ellen Page, man. That's not going to work. Yeah, that's going to be an absolute box office bomb, man. People, here's the thing, man. Authenticity has become the new currency, right? Like, that's what we've all been saying, man. In this generation, in this era, we want authenticity. We want something that looks real, feels real. We want it to be the real McCoy. And everything that we're getting out of this Odyssey feels like it's full of agenda. It has nothing to do with what's real. It has everything to do with what's Hollyweird and what Hollywood wants to push. So authenticity, when people get that's, Helen of Troy, people are checking out. If that's Achilles, people are absolutely done with this. Chris Nolan or not. All right. Yeah. You need to be more authentic and true to the game, true to the original. We want Homer. All right. That's what I want. When I go and watch a adaptation of the Odyssey, I want Homer. Okay. I don't want Chris Nolan's version of what Homer probably should have been saying. I want to see what Homer had in his mind's eye, right? Like when Homer was writing this out, what was Homer thinking about? How would Homer have done this? That's what we want. We want the authenticity of the author, and we're not getting that. Nothing close to that.
100% agree. 100% agree. Jay Frazier for £2. Hail Slayer Nation. George, how was your weekend? It's a great weekend. I have been burning the midnight oil, drinking the ouzo, working on another Odyssey video because this one has gotten under my skin.
Yeah, that last one was good, George. Keep cranking them out, man.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, appreciate it. Oh, wow. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I've gotten a little bit more philosophical in my videos. I have and I'm enjoying it. This film, it's like my first, when I was watching the trailer, I took notes, and the first thing that popped in my mind, this is a Benetton ad that had a one night stand with a Netflix algorithm. That's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, there was no sense. It's like he went and rented Viking ships and then remade them as Greek, not triremes. What's that other word? It's in the Bronze Age. It'll pop in my head in a second. Anybody knows what the Greek ships were called? They weren't triremes. It was in the Bronze Age, before the triremes. Anyway, my point is he would spend so much time on specific detail, like, oh, we got a 8-foot lyre so it could be played. Okay, but you rented the wrong ships. He's like, we didn't think Greece had the proper feeling to represent the underworld, so we went to Iceland. Okay, I'm like, that's artistic vision. I can get that. Then why did you cast these characters? Why did you pick the language? I'll give you, you know what my biggest problem is? Not because I'm rambling now. The biggest problem I have with Emily Wilson's translation, when you read it, her first line says this. And then you'll see why it's wrong. Forget even her cultural Marxism, her leftist roots. Here's her first line. It's tell me about a complicated man. That's her first line of her Odyssey translation.
Right.
Tell me about
will be right.
Wow.
Right. Now, here is Fagel's first line, and pretty much what everybody else follows. His first line is, sing to me of the man, Muse, the man of twists and turns. See, Odysseus wasn't a complicated man. He wasn't someone with emotional baggage in her faculty lounge. He was a cunning, crafty bastard who could bend reality to his will to get home. When she writes it, it's like, what do you think when you hear complicated man? She's not reinterpreting it. She's changing the man's character and who he is.
Yeah.
See, that's my problem with her translation. Even if you stripped out all her, gendered language, she changes each person, and that changes the story.
Terrible.
Corey Cassell for $5. So, serious question. Did Nolan get worn down over time, or is there some Me Too type leverage behind this breaking woke display of his? I don't know. That's a good question. What do y'all think?
Maybe. Maybe. Again, I just go back to this is probably who he's been the whole time. And now he can get away with it because, he's the number one draw in Hollywood. Again, there's under no reasonable expectation should Oppenheimer have done what it did.
Right.
Think about what Oppenheimer was and how much money it made. I know it was attached to Barbie and it became a meme and everybody went to see it on that level, but it almost made $1 billion. For a 3-hour biopic on the guy. There's nothing in this movie that would make you say blockbuster. And it was. And so I think at that point, Nolan in his head said, I can do whatever I want. I can make any movie I want, and it's going to be successful. This movie is going to get Oscar nominations, 100%. It's going to get it's going to get award, consideration. Whether it wins or not, different story. But it's going to get nominated for Best Picture. It's going to have some nominations for acting and writing and all of that stuff, okay? Because it's Chris Nolan. You can't imagine a Chris Nolan movie coming out that doesn't have that stuff now, right? That's why I think he did this, because he thought he could get away with it. All right.
Yeah. Just like he was allowed to detonate one of the largest bombs ever detonated outside of a nuclear explosion for a movie. He thinks he can do anything he wants. And so far he's been allowed to.
Yep.
Yeah. But this one is, I think, going to change that. I think we're about to learn to change. By the way, the name, I found it. It's not triremes that would have been used during the Trojan War. It's Penteconters. How would I say that in Greek?
Expendabelles had put that in chat. Yeah.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay, cool. The Penteconters. I'm trying to figure out how to say that in Greek. Okay. Detailed Devil, Article 2, Section 4 for $2. Nolan's wife, BA, Ancient History, DB. It's her Odyssey. Ooh, good point. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Nolan is making room so Eggers can shine some more. I love Eggers. Oh, I do. I think he is. I think he's about to.
Robert Eggers is great. He's great. I like Robert Eggers. It's the same way I used to like Nolan. And I hope Robert Eggers doesn't go down the same path, man.
Me too. But you know what Nolan's going on tonight? He's going on 60 Minutes. I don't think he's ever done it before, so it's going to be his first outing. Yeah, well, they have to catch up. Okay, John Maynard for $5. If Ellen Page hadn't marred herself, I think she would have been an excellent Helen. A little short, but
I think she still would have just been average.
Yeah, you have to have like this. I hear what you're saying, and everyone has their taste. But like, see, here's an actress that I think would in Greek in Greece that could play Helen. Like, see, that's Zeta Makripoulia. I mean, you want to have someone that takes your breath away. Here are some others. There were some are older, but you also have Vicky Papadopoulou. You have Tanya Sotiropoulou. I mean, you need someone who, like, you look at him, you like to tell him a Troy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not what we're getting.
No. And she's playing her sister, so it's like they paid her to play two characters. And Robert Pattinson, I liked Robert Pattinson's acting. Not in this, though. It just, I don't know if it's because of the American accent, and I'm just so used to epics having that British, but you have
pining for your daddy, boy.
I know, it just didn't.
You're pining for your daddy, boy. Like, what? What movie am I watching, man?
Thank you.
That's the other changes they're making. I mean, in no way does this sound like anything that, could be even looked as the way Greeks might have talked. I don't need it to be authentic, but come on, get the common day or modern day vernacular out of everything.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
You mean you don't want hobo, canapes, show off, stuck up, tote bag in there? Oh, and kebab.
I mean, what we need is stuff like William Wallace's speech in Braveheart.
Oh, yeah. That's
getting everybody ready to go before the fight.
Yeah.
What do we get in this? Let's go.
No, it's
so motivating. So good.
Pep talk.
I can tell you really quickly. I can tell you a huge problem with Ellen Page or Elliot Page, whatever the fuck you want to call he, she. Is number one, Ellen Page as an actress was okay.
Mid.
Decent. She wasn't great. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you have her as him, right? Elliot Page. There's he, she, them. They're not good enough of an actor
to pull it
be
off.
Able to shift from being a woman for so many years, being an actress for so many years, playing female parts, to playing a fucking male part in a movie where, is seeping or should be seeping with masculinity, right? You're not going to buy Elliot Page as masculine, right? If anything, he is going to come off as an effeminate guy.
And remember, it's if she's playing Achilles again and not Elpenor, it would be Achilles' shade in the underworld. I mean, you would still have Achilles, and because of Brad Pitt played it so well in Troy, and he
you can't go from that to Ellen Page, man.
Come on,
that's what I said.
It's like
it's such a downgrade, man.
It's like the same debate. It's like the same debate when we were talking about superheroes, right? Who's going to follow in Affleck's lead for Batman, or after?
The thing is, Hollywood right now has such they have such a hate boner, right? Against number one, masculinity, but number two, traditional beauty, right?
Yes.
Hollywood right now is at war with those two things. The two things, by the way, that are ingrained in human nature, right? As men, we are ingrained to love beauty, right?
Yeah.
Women are ingrained to be attracted to masculinity. The two things that are literally in our DNA, Hollywood is fighting against and trying to tell us the opposite is right.
Yep.
And that's the problem we're having here.
Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%. Eric K, King of the Mods. Greece gave Nolan millions only to be spit upon. That they did. How sad. Unbelievable. And we got this one. TGV Monster for $2. How you doing, my friend? Hi, everyone. Shout out to Brahma.
What's up? Thank you.
He says, what's up, TG? He's like, what's up? And TGV gifted us one George the Giant Slayer membership. Please go thank TGV Monster. He's always such an awesome supporter. And we'll pick up the rest of those in a moment. Oh,
the question though is what is really going to be the biggest bomb this summer, right? Or this year, I should say. Because right now we have Mando Grogu, we have the Odyssey, which we just completely demolished. And then we have Supergirl, right? So we're looking at we're looking at bomb after bomb after bomb.
Mando and
when it comes to this
Supergirl.
stuff.
Mando and Supergirl, and I think Odyssey next. Now, if you haven't seen the AI that's been done of Paige,
Oh, dude, these are great.
These
The
are
memes.
hilarious.
some of these are really funny.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And by the way, she's not even that big.
What?
She's not even that big in real life.
No,
just so
no.
you know. Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I love it.
That's what I said. Who, if she's actually playing Achilles, the first thing she would do is have to fire her agent.
Look, man. We remain undefeated in this space. Okay. Like, I don't give a fuck what anyone says, right? I might piss people off right now by saying this. We remain undefeated in this space. Everything we call has happened. So I don't know what to tell y'all. I really don't at this point. You want to keep betting against us? Go ahead.
Yeah, not a thing. Sometimes you get the bull, sometimes you get the horns. They're gonna get the horns.
Who the hell are you? I'm the new you. They downgraded. Prove. Fight me. Pathetic. The gods have spoken. The new Achilles is the chosen one.
Like I said, there's no way that she's gonna be able to make it for weeks on at a time.
Not at all.
But this is also why if Street Fighter could stick the landing, man, and just give us pure entertainment, it wins the whole fucking year. It wins.
Yep.
Right? Because honestly, right now, that's all we're asking for, dude. Like, we're just asking to be entertained, man. And I think that's why the Michael movie is doing so well. It's because, you know what? People are sitting there watching it, dancing in their fucking seats because they're being entertained, right?
Right.
Like, even Mortal Kombat, it was fine. It wasn't great. Like, I wasn't entertained the way I wanted to be. It was fine, right? It was okay. But
There was nothing offensive
honestly,
in
my
it.
biggest
It just
hopes right
wasn't a
now,
good movie.
my biggest hopes right now are Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. Street Fighter looks fun. I haven't seen.
Well, I mean,
more
we got
of
some
those.
entertainment from Project Hail Mary.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hail Mary
yeah.
was
Project Hail Mary, I thought was
Yeah.
very, very good,
Great
good
movie.
entertaining movie. Not woke, and really gave us like a hopeful, like storyline. The hope of humanity and all that kind of stuff was baked into it. A hero. That's what I think is missing right now in Hollywood is we don't have heroes anymore, man.
No.
Everything has got to be undercut. The Supergirl, she looks like a bitch on her period. The
The deconstruction of the hero now.
Yeah, man. Like everything looks bad, man. They're deconstructing the hero. Supergirl's not going to be a hero. I don't know what's going to happen with this He-Man Masters of the Universe. I see so many red flags in that one too, man. Coming forward. I mean, what movie are you looking forward to from now? Like, all right, Project Hail Mary is in the rearview mirror. Mike's in the rearview mirror.
I mean, brand new day and Street Fighter, really.
Dune.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Dune.
No, not Dune.
I'm looking forward to.
You don't think Dune?
I'm looking forward to Dune, but I feel like
I'm
it's
a
so
book
far
reader,
off
so
that-
they've already destroyed Dune for me. So
I know, but I have to separate the book with it. So I love the way I don't like China.
I also
They
don't want to
annihilate.
see Zendaya in anything ever again.
Well,
again.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, brother. I'm very sorry, but she's got 4 more films coming out in the next.
I know.
So she got the Odyssey, she got Spider-Man, Dune, and
You know what though? I will say to her
2 other
credit,
projects with one with Robert
her
Pattinson.
credit, she is very self-aware, and she's even like, I heard her say in an interview, she's like, I think people are going to get tired of me, right? Like, so she's very self-aware about.
tired.
Years ago, we got tired
And you know
of
what?
it.
You got to give her that because how many actors are self-aware?
Oh, definitely not.
Not
Peggy.
enough.
But they're doing the
Not enough.
Pascal treatment to her. They're doing the pee-pee treatment. They're putting her in everything. Anyway, we got one last AI for Ellen. We move on.
Oh, shit.
Come on. It's not budging. Why won't you open? Almost got it.
Just open.
Come on.
Actually, I'm gonna tell you another problem.
This is
with the
ridiculous.
whole Ellen Page situation is that at one point she was big enough to where people knew her name. They knew who she was, right? So for her now to be played to play male roles,
right?
People aren't going to support that on a conscious level, right? Like they may talk a bunch of bullshit about equal rights and trans women are women and trans men are men. They'll say that shit, right? But in their minds, they're going to be looking at her as Ellen Page, not Elliot Page, and that's another problem that she is going to run into in Hollywood.
But didn't they do that with her in the Umbrella Academy? Because I only saw the first season, but I heard was there a second or third season?
So what happened was they gender swapped her. I mean, they transitioned her in the show. So she started out as the female version. And I think she wore a wig or something, and then within the show, within like the first 2 episodes, she transitions out of nowhere to some guy.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. The only roles that what can Ellen whatever play? Traditional male roles are out the door. You're not going to play a female role. So what do you really have? It's like everything's going to be a gimmick. With this person, kind of like the Elliot or the what was that movie that came out? What was it? Emilia Perez.
Oh God,
it's gonna have to be shit like that. Like they're gonna have to be. She's gonna have to be. I'm gonna say she. Screw it. She's gonna have to be in stuff like Emilia Perez in order to get any love. Oh, okay. This is about the transgender experience or whatever. Those are the only kind of movies where people will just accept. Okay, whatever.
I agree.
Or
because otherwise, it's
or
just
as a joke in something like Naked Gun.
Or she could play.
But she will never approve to that.
No. Or she could always play the Backstreet Boys in a documentary.
Look, you're not going to ever see Elliot Page in a romantic comedy.
Come on,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, can't play traditional male spots. It's all going to be and not female spots because she's not going to allow it.
But maybe that's why Nolan. Maybe then it makes sense from Nolan's perspective if he pushes that forward. Think about it. What if she is then playing Achilles? Because I'm going back and forth. Elpenor, Achilles. Which one? Because
here's the thing, man. For me, and I've already kind of decided I'm probably not going to watch this film in the theater, but to have Ellen Page play Achilles at this point, you're already tempting fate with Lupita Nyong'o as Helena Troy. If this casting is true about Achilles, then George, I don't even give it a first week.
Right.
I think it's done.
Oh yeah, I
think it's completely done.
Okay, so here's my question, because I made a bet with someone. Always 2 weeks before a movie comes out, you get the final trailer. If Nolan cast her as Achilles, will there be a final trailer?
No.
Yeah.
And I don't think that. And look, what's funny? As confident as Nolan always comes across, I think he's kind of sweating right now. I think he's not sure right now. I think he might be questioning choices that he made because he has never gotten this kind of pushback. He has never gotten this kind of backlash before. I think he might be like really reconsidering what he's done here, but it's too late. The movie's shot. The movie comes out in like a month.
July 17th, yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
What does this do to his legacy, though? What is the legacy of Nolan after this? Because I think this is legacy damaging, man. This is big time.
I don't know about that, man, and I'll say that only because
once great Nolan.
And I put this quote out there a while back with Robert Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez, in his book Rebel Without a Crew, one of the best books about making movies I've ever read, by the way. But Robert Rodriguez said, every filmmaker has at least 10 bad movies in them that they need to get out of their system, right? So every director has their couple of bad movies that they need to get out.
Tarantino seems to be the exception in many ways.
Yeah, I mean, look,
if Tarantino
like maybe the one
you don't like him,
Death Proof. No, I love Tarantino, right? But Death Proof
wasn't great.
Wasn't okay?
No, it was not.
Good point. I forgot about Death Proof.
It wasn't one of his best.
Good point.
Yeah. But Dante's right. I get that.
Stands.
Yeah.
Right. He's had more hits. He's had more hits than misses.
Yes, he has.
So and the same thing with Nolan. Nolan has had more hits than misses. So
correct.
I don't think his career is done if this bombs, but I do think that his next project better be a fucking hit.
It would have to be. Somebody said, yes, originally Ellen was rumored to be Hermes, but after the trailer came out and people were dissecting it, they're saying this looks like the piece in the underworld. So then that's why they put it together as Achilles. I still think it might be Elpenor, because see, Elpenor asked Odysseus to bury him because he fell off the top of the tower, if I remember, the top of the wall, and broke his neck, and it was one of his youngest crewmen. Anyway, we need a little bit of palate cleanser, but let's finish this up real quick.
Really quickly too, like before we go on, like if Ellen Page were playing any other character,
they would have said,
be like, okay, that's a really bad choice.
Mm-hmm.
Playing Achilles, by the way, who's one of my favorite characters in Greek mythology, Achilles and Ares are my two favorites. Achilles is like the most badass warrior ever.
Well, he is.
So not only are you getting Ellen Page to play a male part, but you want her to play the most badass male warrior of all time?
The pinnacle male.
Yeah, he's the archetype of the male warrior.
Right.
It would be like having her play Thor. I mean, from the North. Like, come on, it just doesn't hold together.
It doesn't fucking work, man.
No, it doesn't. It does not work. So let's finish this, have a little laugh, then we'll have a nice palate cleanser.
Just open, you stubborn thing! Ah, I can't! Come on. Why won't you open? Ah! More strength! Yes! Finally!
Anyway, these are everywhere. All you have to do is go look them up. You can't miss them. Now, here is what I do think. Because a lot of people, there were some comments that were left in my video. They're like, man, it's a downer what's happening. I said, no, there's good news. When someone screws up, this big, you inspire other people to step up. There's going to be someone who's going to make it properly. And I'm think if Nolan does screw the pooch, it's going to hasten AI that much more. Somebody just proved it. Here it is. Take a look at this. Because they're so angry, people are putting together their own Odyssey. Okay, that right there. Did you see how the Trojan horse is on wheels?
Mm-hmm.
Nolan did not like the way it was written. I'm like, you mean Homer? He's like, It's not realistic. So he's like, I submerged mine. I'm like, again, it's not about reinterpreting. It's about adapting.
Dude, I'd rather watch this movie.
That's what I'm saying. And this was just done, I think, in the last 24 hours. Thing about people putting the Odyssey together, taking their time, building it, getting some actors, real voice talent. It's just an example. The whole point was give it 3 years and someone will come up with an epic Odyssey.
And I keep telling people this, man. Like, AI is right now. It's in its infancy. Give it a few more years, man. And this is, I'm telling you, people are going to be pulling crazy shit. And it's all fun and games until it happens, right? Like people are like, oh, you can never make a movie on your fucking phone. Someone made a fucking movie on their iPhone that got nominated for a Golden Globe. So yeah, you know, give it a few years, guarantee you.
Yep, it's coming, whether they like it or not. Yep.
Yeah, what's his name? The YouTuber who made the movie and made like $20 or $30 million. You know what I'm talking about?
Markiplier.
Markiplier. It's gonna release. I read the other day on YouTube. What, 5 days, 6 days? I mean,
Hollywood is still trying to play catch up. They think that, you know, independent media is not, you know, any competition to itself. Independent media is absolute competition to Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the YouTubers are beating out traditional, you know, critics, and, you know, they're beating out traditional media shows. Like stuff like this is getting watched, and, you know, the viewership is here. You know, Hollywood has to pivot, and they have to, again, that's why I say the authenticity is really the currency of the day. If you're not authentic, people are just going to find somebody who is authentic and watch them. And so making this bastardized version of the Odyssey, that doesn't help Hollywood. That actually hurts Hollywood, because that's telling everybody, hey, Hollywood's not trying to do anything that's authentic or real to the original source material. They want to give you their version of the Odyssey. But people don't like Hollywood. People don't trust Hollywood. So guess what? Stuff like what you just showed, George, it's going to, hey, I'll make the real version of the Odyssey. I'll do it in AI. I'll make it on my computer. It'll take about, what, maybe a month. And then I'll crank that one out. And then we'll have an actual version of the Odyssey that's true to the source material, that, you know, pays honor and homage to the original. And there it is. That's what's going to happen. And Hollywood's going to be scratching their heads trying to figure out where do we go wrong? It's like, because you guys keep doing this dumb shit.
Absolutely. Mr. Buckcrack Media, member for 28 months. How you doing, my friend? Long time no see. Hail George and all on the panel and the chat. Mr. Buckcrack Media has been with us since the beginning. Wow. 28 months. Way to go. It's the Phobos for $2. It's the guy suspiciously full of twinks. God. No. DK Bones 97 became a YouTube member. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you.
DK, what's up, man?
Yeah. And we have Mark of Reality back for $50. Thank you, brother. Legit question. What constitutes a successful movie? I mean, if they make a nickel more than they allegedly spent making it, they deem it a success. Months later, we find out they spent twice as much, but still, shouldn't it be 30% over cost? Well, before I turn this over to the panel, I think it's not only about profit, but how did it enhance the brand and or damage it? Like Snow White, I think, did more damage to Disney Studios' brand than it lost money. So anyway, who wants to answer this first?
I mean, you know what? It's kind of a tricky question because a huge part of it is financial, for sure, right? We consider a movie a bomb by how well it does in the box office. So if a movie costs, let's say, $50 million to make, and it makes $100 million, then that movie was a success because it made a lot more than what it spent, right? Yeah. And that includes marketing and the whole deal. So that's one way of measuring success, is financial, which I agree. That's a big marker. That means more people will continue to work later, right? But you could have a successful movie and kill a franchise at the same time, right? Point in case, The Force Awakens. Force Awakens made a shit ton of money.
$2 billion, wasn't it?
After that, though, people were pissed about The Force Awakens. And so each movie after made less and less. For the most part, and I'm talking about in comparison to what it costs to make it, guys. So success, it is, the majority is financial. The majority is financial. But there's a big part of it also where it also just needs to resonate.
But what about brand damage?
That's what I'm getting at. It's a brand. If it's a one-off movie, okay, no harm, no foul. You know, this one-off movie, you know, spent $50 million, made $100 million. Great. If you're talking about a franchise movie and that first movie is bad, you just fucked the whole franchise.
Right.
No, you hit it right on the nail, or hit the nail on the head, Dante, because where are we looking at for Mandalorian? All right, which is coming up in the week. Where is that movie regarding Star Wars? Okay, where's the Star Wars brand at right now? And yeah, The Force Awakens made $2 billion, and everybody was like, it's a big success. But here we are, 10 years later, 11 years later, and the brand is dead. And it all started with The Force Awakens. It all started with their destruction of legacy characters that we care about. So Dante's 100% right, man.
Yeah, and I look at it a little bit more from like the normie perspective, I guess. I don't really care how much a movie makes as far as whether it's a success or not. I mean, you take that into account when we're doing the stuff that we're doing over here.
Sure,
but
yeah.
Nobody in the real world is looking at that. I mean, Mandalorian and Grogu will come out. It will have no competition that week. It may completely bomb. It's still going to be declared the #1 movie in the country.
You think
and that's what
Michael?
normies see. And the other thing with bombs, lots of things bomb and become successful. Idiocracy.
Sure.
Being one. I mean, there's tons of bombs that became cult classics. Big Lebowski.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, success is a completely different thing depending on what you're looking for it to do. Because remember, the movies are supposed to be art. I mean, this is supposed to be an artistic vision of something. Is that what we're getting? No. I mean, they've turned it into like when WWF became WWE.
Yes.
And we stopped pretending that it was a sport and started calling it entertainment. Yes, movies were always supposed to be entertaining, but they were also supposed to be something that stayed with you.
Yeah, memories.
I don't know that we're getting that out of Hollywood in most cases. Project Hail Mary, yes. But
You
that's
just brought up a good point. You just
that's
brought
an
up a good
adaptation
point.
of an actual story that is a newer type story.
Exactly.
You just brought up a great point. That's one of the powers of film and of a great film and epics. You not only go in there to get entertained, but it elevates you, it challenges you. You're not supposed to walk out the same. You carry memories, you share that. And a really, truly great film, it changes your perspective on life. It can make you better. It can make you see things differently. That's
Well, and it's
why-
kind of what Matt Walsh was saying months ago. We used to have a shared culture, not multiculturalism, where we all went and saw a movie and then we all knew what was in that movie. We could all talk about that movie. Things are becoming more targeted.
To be fair, art is subjective, and some people, may like certain things that you don't like, and vice versa. So, again, when you're trying to define success when it comes to film, because it's so subjective, you almost have to look at it like the financial is the biggest teller, right? Again, if they spend $100 million and they make less than that, that movie is a failure.
Okay,
by Hollywood standards.
A financial failure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the Odyssey is, they're saying, including marketing, is around 400 million. Budget, production.
Okay,
budget.
look, I think it'll make 400 million.
No, so it needs 800. So it needs 800
It needs to at
minimum.
least make 8, to break even. But again, what is the purpose? There's been movies that are made for awards. Like, hey, they spent a ton of money and they just made this so it could win awards. Like they used to have movies like that. I think, what was that movie that Leo was in? It cost like 300 million.
Which one? One Battle?
It was a couple of years ago, man. It was an Apple. I think it was an Apple movie or Amazon.
Oh, was it the Scorsese movie?
Yeah. What was the name of that thing?
The
Flowers?
Flower Moon? Children of the
Flower.
Flower
Killers of the Flower Moon, right?
Yeah.
That was made to win awards. That wasn't made to clean up in the box office. Especially
was
when you're
Oscar
spending
bait.
right. So sometimes they judge the success of the film based on how many Oscars it wins, or at least they're nominated for. So you can look at it from that lens as well. It's like, okay, did they get what they wanted to get out of this? They wanted to make something a vehicle to, showcase an actor, showcase this director. We're gonna, win a bunch of awards. Like, that's also a thing in Hollywood. So it's really who's judging the success. Is it us? Is it Hollywood? Like, that's the question you also have to ask yourself.
Well,
Where's
look, I mean, honestly, it's
line?
really us, because I mean, at the end of the day, well,
We're the consumer.
It's us to a certain degree, right? I mean, we speak with our money, especially these days when movies costing fucking $20 a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
We speak with our money. So if we're not showing up to see your movie, it's a failure.
Yeah, from our standpoint. But then that what was the movie last year that the One Battle After Another, right? They look at that as a successful film. You know, that's how they look at it. Oh man, look how many awards it won, and look what
But
it did. And so
they're the ones giving the awards, though.
Exactly. So they can pat themselves on the back for doing such a great job making woke garbage.
It's a
and they
circle
look
jerk.
at that as success. So you always got to ask yourself, how does Hollywood look at it? How do we look at it? If it's us, hey, I'm always looking at the box office. All right.
By the
How
way,
many
I'm
people
going
care?
to make a recommendation. And I know some people are going to be in their feelings about this because they don't like the guy involved. But there is a show starring Seth Rogen called The Studio on Apple Plus. And if you guys have not watched that, please watch it. Because if you want to know how Hollywood thinks and the way the studio systems run,
right,
it's one of the best fucking shows on TV, man.
Really?
It's amazing, dude. Like it's because it's so inside baseball. But if you know the baseball, you're watching it like with your hand over your face because it's like, oh my God, that is Hollywood. Like they're literally making fun of Hollywood in this show.
But they consider it satire, not actual Hollywood.
Oh yeah, well it's satire, but it's so on the nose. It's like it's blatantly on the nose.
Oh, and we did get something else good and new. The Dutton Ranch started, and
is that the spin-off to Yellowstone?
Yes, with Beth and Rip. It's got the first 2 episodes out.
I didn't know.
Felt very Yellowstone-ish, but the good seasons.
I forgot to mention this last thing as we wrap up the Odyssey. Will Young Lee is in it. For anybody who watched Power Rangers, he was General Clank. So Odysseus now also has a Korean martial artist on his crew, just in case anybody didn't know.
Wow.
Why? I thought people would want to know. You know, Greek Kung Fu, man. Greek Kung Fu.
You know what? I miss when Hollywood just wanted to make money. Like I miss when studios were just about making money, man. Like,
you
know, we call
it
when
I love Hollywood. That's what I went to movies every week. Man, I love going to the movies, man.
Well, we need a little bit of a palate cleanser. Coming June 12th, I've talked about it. I've talked about it for the last 3 months. I am looking forward to this movie. It's called The Furious. A regular Joe, his daughter, gets kidnapped, and he goes to save her. They just released another clip of it.
Is it a Liam Neeson movie?
Yeah, it's similar. Of course, it's the same premise, but
it actually looks really insane.
But it's much different than that.
I can't wait. I'm all in.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. The fight kind of started to remind me of a fight that happened last night. Of course, this one went a little bit longer. I love Gina Carano, but I did not expect this. And if you didn't get, you did, crazy, I didn't.
Man.
Oh yeah,
I thought it would.
Hey, don't blink because you'll miss it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That trailer lasted longer than the fight. You can't see my face, but this is the entire fight. In case you missed it on Netflix.
The first of the scheduled 5 rounds at 145. Oh, immediately Rousey takes Carano down, but Carano looking for the guillotine. And Rousey pops her head out in full mouth, ground and pound. Rousey looking for the arm, and already the arm. It's over.
That's it.
Damn, dude. Can you imagine if you paid all that money to be there, to sit through 17 seconds of a fucking fight?
Rousey got paid $2 million. Gina got paid $1 million.
I know, but I don't understand that.
17 seconds.
Gina,
that's crazy. Man.
Rousey's thing is the arm bar. I figured she would be prepared for it. Because I like Gina Carano. I was like, she's a tactician. Look at everything that she's gone through.
Dude, I have a lot of thoughts on this, but my thing is, look, at the end of the day, both of these ladies are out of their prime. They haven't been in an octagon for a while. Now, Ronda, on the other hand, has been in WWE and doing something.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Yep.
But Gina hasn't. And, there's a lot of excuses as to why this happened. Because you would ask yourself, hey, if I'm fighting Ronda Rousey and I know her ground game is where she's like home at, I'm not going to let her get me on the fucking ground, right? Like that should be
5 seconds, Dante. That's the thing that it's like. It took her 5 seconds to get her on the ground. That's just where I was blown away, bro.
And again, I love Gina, so I'm not gonna.
We're not ragging on her. I don't understand.
No. It's just
look at what in shape she got.
Well, but that's the thing. Ronda has been doing stuff and stayed in shape. Gina cut 100 pounds.
But
her training was getting back in shape, not training for a fight. At least that's how I see it. She spent her energy on getting back into shape. She didn't get ready for a fight.
So why do you think this happened? Anyone?
I mean, he just said it, man. Considering everything Gina went through and everything, her focus was getting in shape and making weight and getting to the fight. And I think she, like, again, that's a huge success in and of itself. So I'm not going to take anything away from her. I don't believe the fight was thrown. I just believe the moment was there. Ronda's like, all right, let's go and get it. And she has been more prepared for the fight, probably to actually fight than Gina was, clear and obvious that. So
and Ronda said afterwards she didn't want to get hit. So she immediately went for the shoot, and it worked perfectly.
Yep.
Oh no! Like anybody saying that this fight was staged or fake is full of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you've ever seen an MMA fight, this kind of shit happens, man.
All the time. Yeah,
but
this happens all the time.
Ronda Rousey used to do that all the time.
I think we just wanted more of a good fight. I think that was the thing. We just wanted a good fight.
Here's the thing, George. Back in the day when she was doing it to everybody knew she was doing it, and they couldn't stop her then.
Yeah, but I gave Gina
so it's not like you can just say, "Nope, I'm taking away the armbar. I'm not going to let her get an armbar on me," because the reason that she was able to finish all the fights with an armbar is because they couldn't stop her from doing an armbar.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same thing with fucking Mike Tyson, man. Like you knew like his style was to get in close and hit you with that uppercut,
and you're gone.
You knew
everybody had a plan until they got punched in the face.
There's nothing you could do to stop it.
There were so many Tyson fights.
Oh, what? They lasted
in the first round. If you stepped away, hey, I'm about to go to the kitchen to grab something to eat. I'll be right back.
It's over.
Yeah, you come back there, and the fight's over.
Dude, Derek is saying nothing but truth, man. Like I remember specifically when Mike Tyson fought Michael Spinks.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Yeah.
And I swear I was at my uncle's house and he had a big party. He had the whole neighborhood over to his house. We're all there for the fight. He literally went to the kitchen to get some dip. Came back and the fucking fight was over, man.
Right.
Like Tyson floored the guy in like 20 seconds. Like I've never heard my uncle curse because he's a Christian. He was cursing like he was cursing like Dice Clay, man. Like
what about Buster Douglas?
Dog, damn, man. Yeah, but yeah, that's how Tyson was, man. He would get you. Yeah, this is the fight. Yeah, he was.
Jerry Cooney, the right hand through it. Tyson showing no fear, no respect at all here in round one. And Michael here, and no respect by Tyson for any jabs or anything that while Michael Spinks was successful against Larry Holmes a long time, and Jerry Cooney, the right hand lands to the head of Mike Spinks. It's Tyson all the way here in round number one. Vicious shot ending yet, but he's taking them. The uppercut, body shot, down goes Mike, and 8. That was a body shot that took him makes in. He leads to the right hand.
Oh, what a body blow.
How did you get up from this? Mike.
I remember it's like, what the fuck hit me? A train?
Right.
Dude, Mike Tyson he's easily one of my favorite fighters of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't go to the bathroom. Don't grab nothing from the kitchen, man. Get everything ready because you might come back and the fight's done.
That's why
somebody's missing an ear.
I was really proud the way he handled Paul. He went a few rounds, even at his age. He went a few rounds with Paul. He put it in the first 2 rounds. I mean, I will
say this. I think the fight last night, to some degree, might have hurt Netflix when it comes to this stuff because, look, anytime you get in business with Jake Paul, you got to understand, like, it's shenanigans and nonsense with that guy, right? But you can't really even blame Jake Paul for this, man. Like, the fight was set. These 2 fighters went in. It was just faster than people wanted it to be, man. I mean, the fight before that with Nate Diaz, that was a shit show. But I mean,
damn, man,
the first 3 fights were knockouts.
Leaking, like all down that was crazy, man.
Yeah, but that's Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz always puts on a shit.
He
show,
always,
man.
Yeah, but Paul, when his name is attached to something, that's one of the reasons why everybody's saying, was this a pay for play and go away?
Well, I do believe when Tyson fought him, I think Tyson was pulling punches. I don't think he was actually swinging as hard as he could.
See, Verbal and we had watched that fight. We were talking about it. I was like, I was waiting for Tyson to give him that freight train. I'm like, there's no way.
He never unloaded. He was throwing weak punches.
But I don't know if that's because he had a heart attack 4 months before, remember? That's
We
the
saw
thing.
some of his training. He was
I know.
swinging a hell of a lot harder than he was
Yeah,
in that fight.
I'm inclined to agree with you on that, man. I feel like I don't think it was fake. I just think that maybe he wanted it to go longer because maybe he gets paid more if it goes longer. I don't know, but either way, that Tyson fight was a shit show.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So-
last night is just sometimes how fights go.
But
That's
again,
just
what
the
you're dealing
MMA
with Jake
fight in
Paul,
general.
man, like,
Yeah.
and I don't know why people keep doing business with this guy. Like,
I don't know.
it is what it is. And that whole thing about him yelling in the microphone, talking about, Dana White, I'm coming for you, and the UFC.
Yeah.
It's like the UFC's fine. They have nothing to worry about.
But you know what? And I said this because we did a stream last night and we had some people on. I said it's good for the competition of the UFC to have something like what Jake Paul's doing with MVP. It's good for the competition.
That's true.
Competition will help this industry, will help the fight game get better. So you need competition in the industry. Can't just have it one-sided UFC and that's it. You got to have somebody else in there pushing it. I know there's a couple of other outfits that are also doing MMA, but yeah, I think
it's not the same, man. I mean, we can say the same thing about
WWE hasn't been the
right
same
now,
since
right?
WCW went under.
Yeah,
and I know that's
when WCW
different.
left, that was it, man. WWE had no real competition. I mean, yeah. You TNA fans out there could claim, oh, TNA was real competition. The fuck they were. I mean,
they weren't pulling numbers.
I mean, they had a few decent stars, but they were never at the level of WWE. And now they want to say AEW is up there with that. No, they're really not. It's not. WWE is the show. It's the show. So if you make it to the show, okay. But the problem is when there's no competition, you're getting the bullshit you're getting right now with WWE.
Yep. 100%.
Crazy. Now I also want to address this before our last two topics, and then we're out of here. For months, I've been talking about the new Lord of the Rings sequels that are coming out, and why would Jackson betray his legacy? Well, I think we finally got an answer. Jackson was a fucking con man who was a great director. I have no other way to say this. He broke my heart. So here he's talking about the future and why we didn't have more films. You're about to hear it.
I have a Gollum question. Is when it comes...
Oh, by the way, his hunt for Gollum, again, it's good that you can't see my face. He says Gollum is like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. That's the inspiration.
Oh
my God.
No.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yep, here we go.
To J.R.R. Tolkien and his in the Lord of the Rings works, when it comes to the appendices, is it really a deep treasure trove? Is there a lot there to mine for movies to come? And will fans go along with it, or will they be too precious?
Well, I mean, it is
Not to be
it's frustrating because look at the the reality is at the moment Warner Brothers only owns the Lord of the Rings, in terms of cinema. So in part of Lord of the Rings is this appendices, which is about, I mean, it's quite long. It's about 45, 50 pages of sort of notes.
Oh, okay. The reality is The Hunt for Gollum is based on 2 pages of story with about 18 pages of notes.
Okay, remind me of the legalities of all this, because Warner Brothers only owns
Lord of the Rings.
But Amazon owns the rest of the book.
Amazon owns for television. Warner Brothers owns for film.
No, but there's certain
They have-
characters that
Correct.
Amazon can't use, right?
Correct.
So
But here's the problem. They want to, remember I said this was looking like Jackson was trying to repeat Disney's formula for Star Wars sequels, where they had The Force Awakens, you introduce Rey, then it became the Rey movie, then at the end you get Luke. Well, I felt when I first heard it, I'm like, no, they're not going to do this. Then when they announced Colbert was going to be writing with his son, Shadows of the Past, which is the sequel, I'm like, it hit me. A light bulb went off. I'm like, they are doing to Tolkien what Disney did to Star Wars. So The Hunt for Gollum brings back almost the entire Fellowship, except for Viggo Mortensen, because he's a real artist who has integrity. So it brings back the entire Fellowship, unlike what Disney did with Force Awakens, which they didn't bring out Han and Luke and Leia all together. Jackson will. Then you have Shadows of the Past. It brings back a quarter of them to introduce us to Sam's daughter, who uncovers, as they've told us, something the Chads forgot. She uncovers a mystery that could unravel Miss Middle Earth, something they left undone. And I said, they're going to make a third movie. That's when it's Rey Skywalker. It'll be Eleanor Skywalker saves Middle Earth because the dudes didn't finish the job. Now, Jackson's telling us that the person who kept them, basically stopped them from making more movies, God bless him, was Christopher Tolkien.
Sort of some notes and about background stories, and I mean it's strange. I mean, you can obviously read it yourself to see what's there, but look, I mean, yeah, we're making the Hunt for Gollum is sort of, but again, you can base it on something in the appendices and then embellish it a lot. You don't,
Did you hear that? Embellish it a lot.
Yeah, I heard that.
Because again, you're talking about 2 full pages of story with about 14 to 18, depending on the editions, which editions they have for the appendices. They're going to take, let's say, 18 pages plus 2. You're going to have 20 pages to make a 3-hour movie. Can you do that? Y'all are writers.
Well, they turned The Hobbit into 3 movies.
Right. But that at least had an entire book. You're talking about notes here, bro. Notes.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I mean, when you're asking, can they do it?
That's why
they'll
they're
stretch
bringing,
anything into whatever they think can make money.
That's why they brought in Kate Winslet, which tells you the direction they're going, because she's going to play Smeagol's mom. So they're going to give you his background as a kid, like what informed his character.
The young.
This sounds
Smeagol.
terrible, man. This is what happens, man. Hollywood just gets high on their own supply, and they think they could do whatever they want to do with these classic works. So we could just, fill in the gaps. We'll create stuff, fill in the gaps, because we know that people will go out and watch it. People will go out and watch this because they love Lord of the Rings. They love the franchise. And so we could just give them any old slop, and we can create stuff that Tolkien never wrote. And there it is. I can't stand, this is the worst part of Hollywood to me. Is when they just play fast and loose with original works instead of just going and making some of their own shit. Like, go and make something original. All right, you don't want to tell a story, you want to do some high fantasy, go do that, but do that away from Tolkien. Why are you trying to mess with Tolkien?
Yeah, why don't they just follow the book?
I can't stand this crap, man.
It's really simple, but here's where it gets worse.
Words. I mean, so Tolkien sort of writes, a few paragraphs about the Hunt for Gollum, and so we're able to make a film of that, just to sort of, make sure we tell the same story. Look, eventually, the appendices is going to run dry. I mean, part of the issue with the
you heard that? Eventually, it's going to run dry. That's their
After
concern.
we've milked it for everything we can.
Oh no, wait, it's not done.
Tolkien estate was that they, Christopher Tolkien, who sort of inherited the estate from his dad, he really would have rather have no films made. But his father had sold the rights to the
because he was worried about fucknuts like you.
The Rings to Saul's Arts, and he'd also sold the rights to The Hobbit, which ended up being split between Saul's Arts and United Artists. Sort of was a two-way thing for some reason. I don't. So anyway, those 2 books were sort of gone. But then Tolkien, then Christopher Tolkien sort of edited and published other Tolkien books, The Silmarillion and Unfinished Tales. I mean, there's a lot more Tolkien writing, which would actually make great movies that were subsequently edited and released by Christopher, but he just absolutely would not let the mere idea of a film happen. So those rights have never been available. But Christopher passed away recently, or I suppose about 2 or 3 years ago now. And the younger Tolkiens, the sort of this next generation, are now running the estate, and they're much more. Much more open to talk.
What he's saying is basically you can see how he treats Christopher Tolkien. Christopher Tolkien did not allow anyone to abuse his father's work. He preserved it. He guarded it. He edited it. And so
the last gatekeeper died.
He was the last gatekeeper. In 2017, a month after he retired from the Tolkien estate, this new generation that Jackson's talking about, the 3rd generation, the grandchildren of Tolkien, right? The great-grandchildren also, they sold the rights to Amazon. A month after Christopher Tolkien died, Amazon started shooting Rings of Power. He refused to allow it when he was alive. So now what Jackson is saying is, well, guess what? We're talking to the new children, the 3rd generation who's taking charge of the Tolkien estate.
One's far enough removed that they don't care.
And
they
they're
just
going
want
to get
the paycheck.
They're going to get the rest of the rights.
They're trying to milk it dry. They want to milk it and bleed it dry of all that it's worth. Instead of this is the problem again that I got with Hollywood. Hollywood no longer has the ability to create new things and make them exciting. Okay, I always go back to the summer of '84. You guys know that's my favorite summer of movies. I'm gonna keep bringing it up because there are so many unique original properties that dropped in that year. Now Hollywood just wants to remake, reboot, sequel, prequel, spinoff, and adapt. All right, we're gonna adapt. We're gonna find 2 paragraphs of the Hunt for Gollum in a Lord, and we're gonna stretch that into like an entire movie. Like, how do you make this happen, man? It's so frustrating. But this is Hollywood. This is what Hollywood has become. Okay, they're nothing but money grubbing, cash grabbing idiots that don't know how to create anything, real art. All they want to do is just, hey, let's find a franchise we can exploit and milk dry. And then we're going to destroy it. We're not even going to do it right. But then once we destroy it, we'll just move on to the next one. We'll just move on to the next franchise. What's the next thing? Oh, okay. That's why I'm so worried about anime, because they're going to do this exact same thing to anime. They're just going to go in. They're going to, oh, here's a nice anime that looks, everybody likes this. Okay, let's go ahead and do a live action version. Let's milk this one dry. And then once we're done with this one, we're going to move on to the next one. This pisses me off.
Wheel of Time would have looked like it did if Robert Jordan was still alive
No.
when they started making it.
No way.
I have some hope for Sanderson's stuff, the Mistborn stuff,
because he's still alive.
Sanderson is around and he is going to have all the he's going to be calling all the shots on that.
Yep.
So we might get a good adaptation out of that. But if Robert Jordan was alive, Wheel of Time would not have looked like it did.
That's the problem.
It's just very sad because Jackson's talking about how Warner Brothers are going to pick up basically all the rights to everything else. And that means the Silmarillion, all the stuff that the rest of the books, everything that they wanted to do, that Amazon had wanted to do, but they weren't able to buy it. He's now going to do. And I'm afraid that for the Hunt for Gollum, because of Jackson's reputation, given the Lord of the Rings, everybody's going to flood it. It's kind of like Star Wars. Remember, everybody came for the Force Awakens. But I think that's when it's going to die, because when they find out that Stephen Colbert is writing Shadows of the Past.
Well, it's going to pretty much mirror Star Wars.
That's why I said
the original 3 movies everybody loved. The Hobbit, not so great, kind of like the prequels. And this is going to be the nail in the coffin.
Yep.
And he doesn't seem to care. And I've been trying to figure out forever why they had made the changes they did to War of the Rohirrim. Why would he make these changes? And now I get it. He doesn't give a shit anymore. I think this is the only thing. Months ago, DA had said maybe it's the fact that anything else he's made hasn't done well. So he's just going back to the thing that.
What's the last original thing Peter Jackson has done?
Kong?
The Frighteners? Like, what's the last? I can't remember the last original movie that Peter Jackson did. I remember The Frighteners was, pretty solid. I enjoyed that. That was the one with Michael J. Fox, but that was back in the 90s, right? He started with Heavenly Creatures. Heavenly Creatures was good. Yeah, Kong, but Kong was a remake. So, what's the last thing that this dude's done that's been original?
No, now he just got the job for Tintin. They announced it yesterday. He's shooting Tintin. Anyways, okay, here's some clips I'm going to show you, and then we're out of here. Have y'all ever used Waymo? Anybody use Waymo?
No.
I never have. I never have. Well, in Atlanta, they're having a problem with Waymo.
Yep.
1, 2. There's one neighborhood where you have 50 Waymo cars. Just keep driving around this one neighborhood.
And it's a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
What? Why are they driving so fast?
It's in 2 times speed.
Yeah, it's a video.
Oh, okay.
Waymo after Waymo after Waymo enter this dead-end street, usually early in the morning.
I think yesterday morning we had 50 cars that came through between 6 and 7.
They even shared video with us when neighbors used this little guy to put him right out here in the street to block the Waymos from getting into the cul-de-sac, and you can imagine what happened next.
And we had at one point 8 Waymos that were stuck trying to figure out how to turn around.
The Waymos are empty and not picking anyone up. Parents are worried not only calling it excessive, but dangerous.
We're families, we have small kids, we have animals and pets, we've got kids getting on the bus in the mornings, and it just doesn't feel safe to have.
Anyway, I just think that's crazy. You know, for everything good that goes with technology, you also have a downside. And how is it looking for Pratt in LA, DA?
Looking good, man. He's picking up a lot of momentum right now. I think he's right. He's already passed the Indian chick. I can't even remember her name. And he's closing in on Karen Bass. So look, I can't vote. I'm not in the LA area where I would vote. I mean, I can't vote for LA mayor. I got my own mayor in my own city, but he's looking really, really good. And everybody just likes him because he's just talking square biz, man. Just common sense. All right. He's not, you know, he has the aura of a Trump, but he's not Trump. You know, he's just he feels like a regular guy. You know, Trump is a businessman, you know, billionaire. Spencer Pratt feels like just a normal, regular, ordinary guy. And the commercials and the memes and all of that stuff is funny. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Karen Bass is now, they're threatening me with violence. Oh, they're making it violent. I mean, it's like, nah, Karen, this is on you, okay? Because you allow everything that's going down in LA, you allowed it to happen because of your own incompetence. So you're getting what you deserve.
And he is a lot like Trump in that he is a classic liberal, is how he's talking. He's not being a crazy leftist, which is everybody else in the race. He's no conservative. He's a classic liberal. He's just a normal Democrat from back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that sounds conservative today.
You know what's crazy?
Exactly.
Is that the left doesn't even recognize a classic liberal anymore.
No,
like they don't.
Right.
No, a classic liberal today is you know, right wing. It's a right winger today. That's how liberals look at it. It's weird.
And look, Spencer Pratt is a guy who has skin in the game, right? This is a guy who lost his home in the fires. His family lost their homes in the fire. You know, he's pissed off that they haven't been able to rebuild, and that speaks to a lot of people in LA right now, man, and especially people who, you know, when you're talking like the the place where it happened,
Palisades,
right? We're talking Pacific Palisades. That's a very affluent area, man. So you're telling a bunch of wealthy people that because of your fucked up policies that they can't even rebuild their own homes, right? And not all of them are wealthy, mind you, right? I'm just talking about the wealthy ones. A lot of them aren't wealthy, right? So he's speaking for people who basically got fucked over by Karen Bass, and not just the fires, everything that's going on in LA, the homeless, the crime, all of it.
Oh, the homeless. Dante, let me tell you this, man. They just moved homeless. They just opened up, like there's a hotel near my house, right? They just opened it up to push more homeless people into this hotel. They say, hey, it's no longer going to be a hotel. We're going to use it for homeless housing. So what's going to happen, because again, this is a LA problem, but it starts to spread outside of LA, because I'm like about 20 minutes from LA. But what's going to happen is all of these homeless people are going to come into this little apartment, or it's not even an apartment, it's like a hotel. They're going to come into this hotel, and what's going to happen is they're not going to follow the rules, because the problem isn't that they don't have houses. The problem is that these people don't want to live by society's rules. They don't want to get clean. They don't want to stop doing, you know, drinking and doing all the stuff that they're doing. And so because these complexes will have rules, they will break the rules. But then what's going to happen? They'll just let those people out into my community. All right. So now they're basically moving people around LA, saying, okay, instead of, you know, living in LA, we're going to push you down to Carson. And now you're going to be in Carson. And then we're going to allow these homeless people to live there. And then once they don't follow the rules anymore, then they will be let out into Carson. Okay. And then they'll replace them with another batch of homeless people that also will not pay attention to the rules. And then they're just going to start flooding my community with all of these bums from fucking LA. And that's what pisses me off.
Exactly what Pratt said during the debate.
That's exactly
These
what
people
they're going to
don't
do.
want a home; they want meth.
Right. Let me play this for y'all, because it's some of his the II commercials, and I'm going to be right back. I think the audience is going to love this.
Please, I'm begging you. There's homeless drug addicts in front of the schools. My children aren't safe.
Look, if you were a transgender migrant, I could get you a free pussy.
Let's move the drug addicts closer.
Bass already solved crime. I endorse her.
Next!
Joe Rogan.
Please, I just want to rebuild my home. It's been over a year.
Mom, look.
This is a machine. If we want to burn this town to the ground, throw that!
Man.
And the funny thing is, like, this wasn't even from him. He didn't make this.
There's a fan of his making
made it.
things
Yeah.
for him.
But Karen Bass is crying, oh, it's violent. They're pushing violence. They're promoting violence. And it's like, no, they're just throwing tomatoes at you because you suck. You suck, you trash, and we're tired of you. They're trying everything in their power because they see that
crazy.
Spencer
They
Pratt
say
is-
crazy shit like that, and then Trump will literally get shot at, and they'll make light of it. They'll laugh at it, right?
Yeah.
Like Trump will literally have an assassination attempt, and she's bitching about tomatoes.
It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, that's why I'm getting it. I love Spencer Pratt. I'm praying that he wins, man, because again, whatever he's doing, it's going to have an effect on the entire region. Like I said, I'm not in the city of LA, so I can't vote in LA elections, but everything that LA does affects us. All right. It affects the entire area all around LA. So, and I'm just hoping that there's a change.
The problem with Spencer Pratt winning, though, is that unfortunately too many palms are greased in LA, and he doesn't just have the politicians working against him. He has the corporations working against him because they're the ones who are greasing the palms of.
You don't think he's going to win? Or you think it doesn't
even
matter?
if he wins, he might not make a huge difference. But honestly,
number one, he has a very high hill to climb, just even winning, because unfortunately, because LA is stupid as fuck, they'll look at this white guy running against this black woman, right, and they'll make it a race thing, even though it's not.
Yeah.
But if he does happen to win, yes, there's too many corporations.
If he happens to win, it's no different than if Steve Hilton wins the governorship. You still don't have any legislators behind you. You're just the governor of California.
But you know what?
You're not going to make any real change because kind of like doing executive orders as a president, unless somebody actually cements it, it's not going to stick around.
But what do y'all think of this? Did y'all hear the conversation that he had the other day? Hold on. It was interesting. I want to play this one clip of Spencer Pratt. This was his idea. Oh, that's kind of interesting.
You start putting handcuffs on people, watch how many people leave. 100%. This idea that everyone, if you let everyone do drugs and do whatever they want and let the criminals make the outside asylum and with no guards, if you let them do that, they're going to do that. But so when I'm mayor, my plan is first 3 weeks, signs up across the city, no more nakedness, no more drug use, no more robbing, no more
burning dogs in the street.
No more dog abuse. On every
that I didn't understand what the hell he was talking about.
The dogs. The homeless are chaining up dogs and testing their drugs on the dogs to make sure it doesn't have fentanyl in it. If the dog doesn't overdose, then they think it's safe for them.
Dude, fuck these people, man. They need to die. I'm sorry, but
that's what he's saying. He's going to arrest them, but he's going to give them a 3 week.
You don't fuck with dogs with me, man.
It's basically a 3-week notice to get out of town.
Get your ass out of here. Exactly.
It's not much different than the initial crackdown on illegals. How many people self-deported after Homan started going after them? That's the same game plan that Pratt is using for LA.
Good. He needs to win.
But the only problem, like I said, is that's LA City proper. They'll get out of LA, and guess where they coming? They coming here.
Or to Colorado.
Right.
Because that's where the last batch of homeless from California went. Second, we legalized pot.
That's
the
problem.
I'm Colorado now, and I will say at least it's still a little bit cleaner than LA is, but yeah, Colorado is pretty liberal, man. Like, and I think a lot of people don't realize that
California light,
but it's a blue state.
But it used to not be. It used to be a red state.
It was a purple state.
Growing up, I always remembered it as a red state.
I mean, it's been 25, 30 years since it really went purple blue.
I wonder
I
what
mean,
changed
Talk
it.
about California.
I can
California.
tell you
No,
exactly
about
what
Colorado.
changed it. Colorado.
Oh, Colorado.
When
Oh,
we
oh.
legalized recreational pot,
From
we had a
35
whole influx because we were the first ones to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Colorado
you
was
had a
first.
whole influx from everywhere in the country that wanted their pot, came here, and a lot of it was California.
Yeah, I remember when Colorado made it legal, me and my friends were planning to make a trip. Like, we're going to drive up to Colorado and just load up, man.
That was the exact time it shifted, though.
Unbelievable.
Colorado was like Amsterdam, man. We were like, fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You killed Colorado. Well, good news is, anybody remember Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Come on.
Tim Sparks just bought 87 Pizza Huts, and he's returning them all to how they were in the 80s.
It's amazing the comments we have about they have the red cups. Yeah, yes, we do.
Tim Sparks got his start working at a Pizza Hut that looked like this. He's now president of Dayland Corporation, which owns this franchise and more than 80 others around the country. They've redecorated many restaurants to rewind the clock.
It looks exactly like the one that I remember from when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's what we were after.
Some Pizza Hut classics are now top performing locations. Customers show up for a piece of their childhood.
It just brings back memories.
To share with their own kids.
When you finally find something that tastes how you genuinely remember it tasting, like you can't let it go.
People come from 2 and 3 hours away, and I'm not making that up.
More restaurants are
But it's not just the taste.
Franchises
like he's bringing back Pac-Man, arcade games.
Is he bringing?
And all
I
that
was
kind of
about to
stuff.
ask. Is he bringing the arcades back?
All of it.
Yeah.
Everything that
Oh,
was in there.
I'm going.
The cocktail
I
table
love
Pac-Man is going to be back. And
Oh
everything.
man, I love going to the Pizza Hut just for the arcades, man. Look, I'm back. I'm back.
You know what?
He's bringing back
was-
the red
this was a
cups.
Brilliant idea.
Love it.
And honestly, kind of long overdue. I think for a lot of us, we hate the corporatization of what's become of like restaurants. Every restaurant looks the same now, right? McDonald's looks exactly like Burger King. Burger King looks exactly like Denny's.
It's the
It looks
same
like a
thing we were
fucking,
talking
like,
about with
corporate
movies.
cafeteria,
just
instead of what
drab.
it used to look like, man. And I miss the way the old McDonald's used to look, man. With the colors and the ball pits and and all that stuff. And what this guy's doing is really cool, to be honest with you.
But it's like we were talking about with the movies earlier. Everything just has to be drab, colorless, and plain now.
Yeah.
McDonald's are built in a perfect square. Whataburger even is building just regular old, modern looking buildings where they used to all be the A-frames. Pizza Hut had a distinct look. Taco Bell had a distinct look.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yep.
None of it exists anymore.
Yeah. Salad
All
bars
we do is
back.
build boring.
Dude, and I despise that so much, man.
Think about
But
it.
good for this guy, man. And honestly, here's the
smart.
thing. You know what's funny about this? He's going to make a shit ton of money.
Of course, because
I
it's a
hope
good
so.
idea. And the 80s for many was peak, 80s and 90s. So he's got the salad bar back, Pac-Man back, red cups back, everything as it was. And here's the last one. I'm just going to read you the headline. One of my favorite actresses has lost her mind. She says, Kate Blanchett says, Me Too got killed very quickly. She goes down here. Well, she goes down, but I'm still on film sets and I do the head count every day. And it is still, there's 10 women and there's 75 men every morning. And I love men, but what happens is the jokes become the same.
Oh, I can explain why, Kate. It's because fucking working on a film set is manual labor. It's physical. It's very fucking physical, man. And it's, I'm sorry, women just aren't inclined to do physical jobs. Some do, sure. Some will go out there and do it. You got your butch lesbians out there who doesn't mind picking up a hammer. But for the most part, right? It's working on a film set is manual labor. So yeah, you're not going to see a lot of women, getting down on their knees, hammering in nails. They'll be down on their knees for other shit, but not for hammering down nails. No, I mean, really, like, I'm so sick of this fucking argument because it's dumb.
Yeah,
right?
but what she basically says is, where are the women on a set that Me Too?
It's the same reason why you don't see women working in fucking oil fields, man. Like, or not many, right? Because again, we're talking manual labor.
Yeah. She wants more women on every Hollywood movie.
And also, what does Me Too have to do with the fucking how many women are working for you? I thought Me Too was about being sexually harassed.
I know it is. And she's talking about, she says, what happened to DA?
He just disappeared.
Must have had an issue. No, she's saying that it needs to be homogenized, that a Hollywood set has the same proportional rate of men and women.
But that's the problem with Hollywood right now, man, is that there's a fucking checklist for everything. This is why we're getting, Lupita Nyong'o as Helena Troy, right? Yeah. Checking that fucking box. Everything is a check box now. So even down to the fucking crew. I love Cate Blanchett as an actress. I think she's talented. I think she's gorgeous. She is fucking wrong on this.
100% wrong. And it's the same reason that we're getting the Expendabelles.
Oh, dear God.
Instead of Expendables 5, it's going to be called Expendabelles.
I will say this. I will watch it if they cast the hottest chicks in fucking Hollywood.
All
right?
women.
And they're doing like their femme fatale shit. If it's a movie like that, I'm all in.
Yeah, it's all women. They haven't said who's in on it. Just the writer says he wouldn't be shocked if Gina Carano is already circling one of the roles. But
I'll give it a shot.
Plus, you have Rambo is moving forward the prequel series with Franco just joined as the villain, and say it's his first big role since he was Me Too'd.
James Franco. Wow.
Yeah. All righty. DA is back. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah. Did you hear that the Expendabelles is coming?
Oh yeah, I did a whole video on that.
You did already.
I did a whole video already yesterday on that, man. Yeah, I don't know how this works because, like, think about what Expendables was. It was old school '80s action heroes, and I'm trying to figure out like who's the old school '80s female action hero that you could throw in there.
You'd have to
get Gina Davis. Still do anything physical?
Linda Hamilton, Sigourney Weaver, and
they're too old, man.
Look, and they're too old.
If you're gonna do this, they have to go the bombshell route, right? Like it can't be the '80s action hero. It has to be the '80s bombshells,
right?
Right.
You gotta put Sydney Sweeney in it. If Sydney Sweeney's not in this thing, I'm not watching it. You gotta have Sid in there, and you gotta have some babes. All right, it's got to be babes. It's got to be cleavage on every action scene, man. You need the hottest women,
and that's exactly why they won't do that.
No, they won't. But if you
because
did that,
ScarJo would be one of them that would have to be in there as a femme fatale.
Yeah,
but she doesn't like the objectification anymore. The male gaze.
You might be able to, Angelina Jolie, like with Tomb Raider. Like I was thinking about some old school throwback, like female.
Long Kiss Goodnight. Gina Davis.
Gina Davis. Yeah, there's some people that you could put in this, but again, it's like
Nikita.
Who would show up to watch this? Nobody.
I have no
idea. So you gotta just make it sexy.
And the funny thing about this is like there is a way to make this work, but Hollywood will never go that route. They'll never do it.
Yeah, I would need to be campy, like
what would you have
we used to get with stuff on like USA's Up All Night.
George, what you would have to do is cast the hottest chicks of the fucking 80s and 90s.
Yeah, Pam Anderson, Barbed Wire. Remember Barbed Wire?
and be badass, but hot ass as well. You get what I'm saying?
But 80s and 90s. How many of them women are still?
I mean, you can get Denise Richards. You can get
she looks brand new.
Jennifer Connelly.
I mean,
Shannon Elizabeth, right? Shannon Elizabeth is on OnlyFans.
Right.
Oh my God,
Jamie Presley.
Presley joined OnlyFans.
Oh, Salma Hayek. Yeah, that's a good one. Salma Hayek. Yeah, she could be in.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Oh
now.
yeah. But somehow they would find a way to squeeze Zendaya in this.
The one they passed.
We got to put Rachel Zegler and Zendaya in there, otherwise we can't.
Funny. It's not like this isn't rocket science. It's not hard to like make a good movie and make a movie people want to see. Like it's like they go out of their way to not do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I just want to say, since somebody brought up Rachel Zegler, and I had skipped last week for Mother's Day. What the hell did y'all think of that at the Met Gala with the jaw? What the hell was she doing?
I'm still, people argue with me about this. I'm still going to call cocaine jaw. Okay. I think that girl is doing wrong, dude. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know what she was doing. That was weird, man. That was.
It looked like one of the xenomorphs. Like another mouth should have been popping out of her mouth.
That's a good one. All right, let me take these last two super chats. Then we're out of here. Detail Devil, Article 2, Section 4 for $2. Top Gun Dolby, Maverick Scene X, packed loud and clapping. Cool. And now
they re-released it, right? They did a re-release. Yeah.
And you heard he got rid of what's his name from Mission Impossible. He's not working with him. Christopher McQuarrie.
Oh, Chris McQuarrie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Thank you, Detailed Devil. I hope you have a great week, my friend. And a Man of War, 665, Neighbor of the Beast. Member for 28 months. You don't have to bother throwing away his overplayed Charlie Rose clip from the Lord of the Rings press. Jackson just did it himself. Yeah, that's what bothers me. I used to remember when Jackson would come out. Everybody has seen the clip. He's like, I made sure to keep ARM messages out of it. It wasn't about ARM messages. It was about Tolkien. Yeah. So much for that.
Mm-hmm.
So much for that. It's like, oh man. And now they started casting James Bond. If y'all hadn't heard about it, they started the other day. So they're gonna.
I've given up on Bond, dude. Like at this point, I don't care. It's like cast whoever you want.
You're done.
Yeah.
I mean, because here's the thing, man. Like, okay, so are we going to get traditional Bond back? Are we going to get the ladies' man who shoots first, who smokes, who gambles, who exudes masculinity? Are we going to get that kind of Bond?
No.
Nope.
So what's
then I'm done.
I doubt it.
Yep. I agree.
I highly doubt that's who we're going to get. This is just not possible. They don't care anymore. But we also had this little one. I knew it. I just had to share this one. Charlize Theron spoke up. She did an interview. It's really quick. It was her idea.
I bet she has something really smart to say.
Yeah, it's Charlize Theron.
Says I would like to make love.
So what's your take?
Whenever a guy says I would like to make love to you,
It's an ick.
it's such an ick.
100% agree.
You don't get that. That's an ick. Just the dry heave, the little dry heave that comes with it.
This could be multiple things.
There's a lot to unpack, but actually there isn't. It's just very simple. Don't fucking say it.
Don't say love me.
Because my vagina closes up.
But yeah, call her a dirty whore, and she will open up like the.
Yeah.
Hey, look, nice guys finish last. Just letting y'all know, fellas. Yep. They don't want to hear that sweet talk, all of that. Nah, man. Just bend them over.
Somebody's shocked.
All the ladies know what I'm talking about.
What is it about the word lovemaking that is such a turnoff?
I don't want you to make anything with me. I want you to do something with me.
Oh, do things.
Yeah, let's do it. Like, well, don't say that either. That's lame. Just me. That's it. Like, just say that.
That's so cool.
Everybody on the subway, let's get some hands.
Holy moly, that's
Lady,
cool.
do you want love to be made to you? Thank you.
Is it an ick when someone says, please make love to me?
She's going to throw up. Look, I can see.
I've been doing this all wrong my whole life.
Please don't make anything.
I get it. I mean,
do you get it?
Yes,
Have you ever
because-
said that before?
No.
Have you been like, I want to make love to you?
No, I've never said that.
I want to make love
I'm not
to
that
you.
kind of guy.
Can I please make love to you?
Anyway, she goes on, then we eventually get a rant.
Tomorrow she'll be saying men treat women like pieces of meat.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. That's what she'll be saying tomorrow. And today, oh no, just treat me like a piece of meat. So it's like, look, don't stop listening to women.
Well, she's at the point where she's wanting to be treated like a piece of meat because she's getting past her prime, and she has made comments in the past, that have been about who she dates or doesn't date. I think, didn't she just say something like 2 or 3 weeks ago about how she was screwing some like 19-year-old?
Yeah,
and that it just felt so freeing.
Yes.
No, she's in her Madonna phase right now, right? Like she's only dating guys who barely got their driver's licenses, and
she's doing the DiCaprio thing.
Well, yeah, but under the guise of female empowerment, right?
Right.
And you heard her, right?
Just like Chelsea Handler.
Fella out there, hear me out. Listen to me. These hoes ain't loyal, man. This is what you're dealing with right now, man. Like, we have gone past the days of like Luther Vandross and Flowers and all that shit, man. These chicks, watch porn. They want to get banged like dirty whores. And this is a A-list celebrity telling you this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just summed it all up. All righty. What a great show. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming. She is from streets. Come on.
She is
She's
absolutely
spit it
for the
out.
streets.
They're all like that now. I won't be surprised what's next. Verbal, thank you for being here again, my friend. What you got coming up this week? Please share it with everybody.
Of course, yeah, guys. I got actually finally got some videos that I'm editing right now. But I did a video coming up pretty soon on Chud the Builder. So I have a lot to say about that guy. A lot. I also got a few more videos coming out this week. So BRL is a possibility for Thursday, so be on the lookout for that. And you guys can always catch me on Film Thread Versus and Nina Infinity on Wednesday nights. So I'm all over YouTube. So just click a video. I'm probably on it.
You got it covered everywhere. Brahma, great to see you again. We got to have you back faster next time. How you doing? What you got coming up?
Well, tonight in about 4.5 hours, we've got the bullpen where we talk politics. I think Carrie Smith's going to be on there with us tonight, so check that one out. Mondays, no, I'm off on Mondays now. I stopped doing the show because we had some changes around here. So Tuesday nights I'm on with Mad. Wednesday we do the Christian panel with Carrie and a few other people. Thursday I'm on Comics Division's channel. Friday I'm on Ascendant Art. Saturday I do my hockey show, and Sunday we do the bullpen. So I'm kind of everywhere too. So
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Remember, please go subscribe to these amazing gentlemen.
Yeah,
And
please. I need
DA.
200 to 1,000.
Come on, we can get them over there. Everybody in Slayer Nation, go check out Brahma. The links are being put in the chat.
Appreciate it.
And now we have the DA.
Yeah. Thank you, George. Once again, I'll be on tonight, the DA's office, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You know, we just wrap up the week of Hollywood. We talk, we have fun. And then I'll be, of course, doing daily videos all throughout the week on Film Threat Versus on Mondays. And then also we've moved the night for anime nights. Okay. We were doing it on Wednesday nights. We're moving that to Friday nights because that just seems to work a little bit better for not only us, but for you guys. All right. So we're changing anime nights to Friday nights, 9 p.m. So come hang out with us. If you're an anime fan, you want to talk some anime, you want to hear some of the stuff that's going on in the anime world. Things are going wild right now. Come check us out. But yeah, other than that, thank you very much, George. Always a pleasure, sir.
Always glad to have you here, my friend. All right. I didn't do that bad as producer, except for getting my camera up. But hey, oh well. You didn't see all the faces or the alcohol spilling behind. It's great that you are all here. I will see you this Sunday. I have a Odyssey video coming out this week. Again, because I'm not done with Nolan, especially he cast Charlize Theron. Yeah, she's Calypso. Maybe she and Elliot will have a relationship. Ellen. Oh, no. At this point.
Maybe.
All righty. Everybody, I hope you have an amazing, blessed week. Remember, we never bow down. We never bend the knee. Go on over to Mr. Brown's Alliance and tell him the Slayer sent you there. Love you all. Have a great show. Great week.
Later.
Once I figure out how to do this outro, of course, that would be fun if it happened instantly. There we go. Eventually.